Hello, it's Archie Luxury, and welcome to the Archie Luxury live stream channel. How are you people today? It's going great. We cracked the code. We've cracked the code. Me and Luxy Poo cracked the code. Yeah, Luxy Poo cracked the code. They're using AI to make catchy songs. That's right. They're using AI to get catchy songs. Yeah, what do you think of that? AI. And I got a few interesting things happening at the moment there. I got a good friend of mine, you know, the timely behavior. I'm actually got a paid watch review. He's paid me some big bucks to get a paid watch review. And I'm going to do a double banger for him. I want to talk about his watches on my stream. And I also want to do a review for him. So we got some interesting stuff happening there. What else can I say? Let's get the let's get the link. Post the link, big boy. Post the link. That's what we need to do, is post the link. And I got to tell you, we got to post the link until my balls are sore. That's right, guys. We got to post the link until my balls are sore. That's right. Dry rot Archie. That's what we want. Dry rot. There's a channel, Fatty's Dry Rot House. It's hilarious. They've gone crazy. Nasty sort of stuff. Nasty stuff. It's pretty nasty shit what the guys have done there. They've gotten very, very nasty towards the pontiff. And you know what? I think we've discovered it. It's Sov and Plasto. This is the reason. This is the reason you shouldn't mix your friends. That's exactly it. We shouldn't mix your friends, because this is what happens. These fuckers, these guys will attack you, make fun of you, put videos together. So let's get a few polls going here. Okay, start a poll. Who made the Archie and Beach Ball videos? Let's have a look at, let's list a few people. We've got Sav, Ron, we got Plastique, we have got Sir E fucking Danny, Surty. As for Sir E Danny, I'm only going to listen to your advice if you start super chatting, fuckface. Sovron, Plastic, Surty Danny, or Mookie. Mookie does so much in the Archieverse. Let's see who has done this. Let's run. So what am I talking about? What am I talking about here? Let's go and have a look. Let's have a look what we're talking about.
Archie Luxury jumps on a Boeing jet, leaves behind the family, no regrets. He's got a birthday on your old Shanghai. Eyes are on Mrs. Lai, the reason why. While in Brisbane, the tears roll strong. Chinese whispers called him to Hong Kong. Pack up your bags and off you go. Leave behind the begging for the Luxy show. Archie flies where the dragon soared to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Archie's chasing dreams in the mystic land. Mrs. Light brings coffee to his hand. Family's calls echo on the phone. He's miles away, lost, but he's not alone. In old Shenzhen's glow, he likes to stray. With Mrs. Light, they bonk till the light of day. Pack up your bags, and off you go. He's not showing up to New York, what show? Archie flies where the dragons soar, to romance Mrs. Light until his balls are sore. Though the tears roll down in Brisbane town, Archie's 3-inch dick floats all around. Celebrations in the neon night, forgetting home, he's chasing you Asian delight. Pack up your bags and off you go. Leave the begging for the beach ball show. Archie flies where the dragons soar, to romance Mrs. Light until his balls are sore. Weeks later, Archie leaves his playground, comes back home, he's Brisbane bound. Comes up with stories that he's going bust, has to fool the punters to gain their trust. Pack up your bags and off you go. Leave the begging for the beach ball show. Archie flies where the dragons soar, to romance Mrs. Light until his balls are sore. Archie spent the punter's money, he's in a fix. Spins a story that he can't eat bricks. All the lonely simps believe his scam. Grab all that cash, shove it in his hand. Pack up your bags and off you go. He didn't bother with the New York watch show. Archie flies where the dragons soar, to romance Mrs. Light until his balls are sore. Comes on streams, he cries poor again. His mate Tan gives him $5,000, maybe 10. Archie thinks he's a big swing dick, cause the punters fall for his gypsy shtick. Pack up your bags and off you go. Didn't bother with the New York one show. Archie flies where the dragons soar, to romance Mrs. Light until his balls are sore.
What did you think of that, guys? What did you think of that? And the other thing is, too, there's some very nasty... Look at this. Listen to this one.
G'day, Archie. Start the show.
Oh, Archie and Crips is a filthy shitbox. Living in a house held together by dry rock. Not worth the jack. Fit for a house, just a few $100,000 thereabouts. Your house is land value worth nothing as the bank chases you. Me every month of only you ain't worth any more than the rest. You got stud money out very fast. Your life is shit. The new panel sucks. Everything about you, your marriage is fucked. Oh, Archie, you're not needing anymore. You'll still be in debt when you're 94. But that doesn't matter anymore. It's all you're chasing is more easy home. Oh, Archie, you live in house of tried rock. Less value than your 3-inch cock. You got an up-down now, out that your dog. Cause all you're doing is chasing off smelly twat. Oh, Archie, the house is so you. Right next to the greasy KFC drive-thru. It comes with the dodgy marshmallow safe. Your punter's hella far back to place. Archie, you can scream until you're blue. Put your fever in business, I won't fuck too. At the front door sits a 4-lane black Tonka. Glover even looks a fucking council bus star. Oh, Archie, you're not needed anymore. But still be in debt when you're 94. But that doesn't matter anymore. Cause all you chase is more sleazy whores. The house smells like a dirty old fag, eating out like a termite from a ghetto slag. Those homies hear you scream and shout. Since the boys got that grind of the rip your fucking watches out. Oh, Archie, we're broken up, it's true. Cause at every dinner you're pressed up like you. Oh, Archie, you're just not needed anymore. Like that you just fucking walk out the door. Walk out the door. Yeah. Don't get hit by the door. Archie, you're never listening, true. Now all the talent is shot through. Yeah, man. Don't get hit by door whilst heading to the floor. Balls of whores, those balls of whores. You don't get no sword from them wrinkly old whores. Oh, yeah, no swords no more.
Archie,
you live in a shitbox, not even fit for a mouse. Oh, everything about you sucks.
very best, oh Archie, you're not needed anymore, but you
Shit on every bloody channel.
Yeah, and now it's gotten nastier. We've got some really nasty songs here coming. Listen to this.
He swears tomorrow will be the day. Promises break like autumn's decay. Angelic slayer in his own way, never doing what his words portray. Silent vows that echo through halls. Hope gets smothered as his spirit falls. He dreams of freedom from bodies.
Who wrote this? This is all AI
It
generated.
never answers his own.
This is just garbage, really. Who puts all this effort in here?
Archie packing bags at night, running from his golden life.
Do they honestly like? Look at this, just nasty stuff.
So, let's dive into the glamorous world of Mr. Luxury and his not-so-luxurious net worth. Based on years of Mr. Luxury discussing his assets ad nauseum, we have come up with the following analysis of Mr. Luxury's real net worth. We've got a median house price of $900,000 in his suburb, but his home? It's a charming little disaster riddled with dry rot. After a $40,000 demolition fee, we're looking at a listing price of about $740,000. But wait, there's more. He's got an investment unit valued at $500,000, but with a mortgage of $600,000, his property share is a whopping $320,000. Now, let's talk about those watches. Worth $80,000, but rumor has it they might belong to his super collector friend, Dave. The Louis Vuitton luggage? Dated and unsellable, just like Mr. Luxury's dreams of moving to Shenzhen. And that BMW? Worthless thanks to a hefty loan. So, when we add it all up, Mr. Luxury's net worth stands at a dazzling $360,000 AUD, which translates to about $240,000 USD. Perfect for a one-way ticket to his mistress, right? Or maybe just enough to keep the dry rot at bay. Decisions.
Man, there's a lot of fucking angry punters there. See, these were friends who are no longer my friends anymore. These were friends. They used to be friends, but they're no longer friends anymore. We don't live there anymore. And let's have a look at some of the comments of the punters there. We got one, you see it. Once you see it. Hello, KFC. He's just, I think he's AI. We've got Daft Negus. Pyro. Hello, Pyro. We've got Arch, Plastic, and Sovereign despise you. I think they do. Applaud and your resilience, Archie. We've got, who else? We've got Magpie. I wonder if AC3 mentions the burglary in his in this watch review. Dry rot dropping those beats. I love shagging until my balls are sore. Look at that, hey? What do you say to this here, hey? What can you say? What can you possibly say? We got Doc BBW. How are you?
How's it going there, Pontiff?
Hey, what are you? This AI has gone. I never realized AI was this powerful. Did you?
You know, Ron the Shrink is into AI a bit and occasionally displays it and talks about it. So, yeah, it's a big deal these days.
we've got a poll going at the moment. Who is making these videos? Who made the Archie and Beach Ball videos? Sauvron, Plastic, Surdy, or Mookie? See, I think Mookie could be involved because Mookie does so much for the Archieverse. Mookie does so much.
I don't know if Mookie is. He does a little bit of AI, but I don't know if he's as heavily AI as these videos. He could be, but I don't have that impression.
I think there's two people involved because you got one of them is completely not really that IT friendly, and he's uploaded a few songs without the graphics, whereas I think it's Plastic and Sauvron. That's what I think.
Well, I mean, Plastic could be an AI type because he's definitely a crypto type, cryptocurrency and all of that. So he's definitely into the technologies.
Yes.
And Plastic is an incredibly intelligent guy. Like if you talk to him off air, you realize he's an incredibly intelligent guy. I like him a lot. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
No, that's okay. That's okay. So we've got some interesting things happening here. Who do you reckon's making these videos, putting these clips together?
There's something about it that reminds me of Sauvron. I think when Sauvron was helping put together those videos for the intro to the dungeon, it has a little bit of that flavor to it.
Yes.
It's hard to put your finger on it and say exactly what element it is that you go, aha, but after watching some of his videos and the intros and that sort of thing, it just feels like that. Now, the interesting thing, though, this is just a proposal. If you're really into AI, you can ask AI to emulate an existing video. So just to complicate factors, it doesn't have to be Sauvron that's doing this. It could be somebody who's a Sauvron fan.
I don't think so. I don't think they have the brains to do it. This is quite complicated stuff, Doc.
It is more complicated the more removed you are. Yeah, I mean it's a lot easier if it's just Sauvron. Then it's easy. Piece of cake, because he could do this with his eyes closed. He could put together these kind of things. But if you really wanted to, and if you mastered AI, you could emulate Sauvron with a little bit of work.
Yeah, I just find it very. They have some nasty comments to say. You know, I just find that hurtful. You know what I mean, or not?
Well, it does kind of seem like I don't know if I want to say this, but you're kind of obsessing about it a little bit. You seem to be somewhat mesmerized by it. You might not like it, but at the same time, you can't stop watching. Do you ever have that feeling?
There's been nasty things. I don't think it's nice, but do you?
Well, it's easier for me to say, you know, it is or it isn't, you know, because I'm sort of removed from it. They haven't targeted me yet. And when they do, then I probably would have much more to say. Although I generally don't care.
Billie Jean says, Arch, we love you, boo. Cheer up and don't pay attention to what you can't control. Please leave Mookie alone.
Yeah, I don't think Mookie has anything to do with this, quite honestly. It doesn't have a Mookie.
He does so much in the Archieverse. Mookie does so much.
Yeah, but this is not.
He does so much. He's always.
I recognize that, but this is so much. This is so much not Mookie style in terms of the videos. They're not really. I mean, I'm not saying I don't like these videos at all. But what I'm saying is that Mookie kind of punches a little higher.
Oh, I see.
His are a little bit more polished than this. So if it were Mookie, I would just be surprised.
just a game. Does Greg even know?
There's some real nasty stuff that's gone out there, you know.
Mookie is just an
They got
intense guy.
songs
So
Archie doesn't love here anymore. Tales from the Glory Hole. That sounds very much like plastic. Size 9. Vito loves Bobby. This shit is weird. You know that? It's just gone on to weird.
You do see what Bear thinks about this, though, right?
Oh, they had a song about Bear. I haven't even mentioned that. They came out.
No, I saw that about Bear too.
That's pretty.
I don't know why they're
shit.
attacking Bear.
He wasn't even.
That was
in
uncalled
at
for.
That time.
What was that?
Bear says Mookie is one person you can definitely see was not involved in this. Why do you say that? I don't know.
It just doesn't. It doesn't. I mean, Mookie has put together such a large volume of materials that I think it's easy to see what his style is. And it's sort of like if you said that Uwe was involved with these videos, I'd say, well, this doesn't have any style like Uwe. This doesn't look like Uwe at all. I mean, they're good videos and they're high quality. That's true. But, you know, there's a certain signature with a Mookie video, just like there's a certain signature with a Uwe video. Gunzap video has a certain signature to it. And so they're just different.
We got a first super chat. Thank you, Billie Jean's PhD. Billie Jean, not my bar. Data. I loved Michael Jackson. Were you a Michael Jackson fan, Doc?
Well, you know, I was a Michael Jackson fan of the Thriller era.
You know, when they were the Jackson 5, you know, they had a Porsche 911 they bought. Did you know that?
Well, I actually did like the Jackson 5, but I didn't appreciate them when I was a little kid, but when I went back and listened to them, you know, when I was older, I grew to appreciate Jackson 5.
Beat It. Billie Jean.
Beat It was pretty okay. I mean, that came after Thriller.
Billie Jean's PhD, $2. When is it acceptable to wear driving gloves?
You know, I think I've mentioned I have a 968, and the interior looks so pristine that when I drive, I use gloves in that car, mostly because I don't want to damage the car, which is, you know, the opposite of why people are wearing driving gloves, ideally. But I'm wearing them to avoid damaging the car. And so people think I'm a prick and all this other stuff because they see me with driving gloves on.
What's wrong with driving gloves?
Porsche. Well, there's a certain reputation if you're driving something like a Porsche and you're wearing driving gloves, and my driving gloves match the interior of the car just because they happen to match. It's not like I was really striving for that, but they do match. So people think I'm a bit of an asshole because I'm driving a Porsche and then I have matching driving gloves with the interior of the car. They're just like, okay, you're a prick. And then, in fact, I was dating somebody one time and she thought I was a prick, but she didn't say anything.
How do you know she thought you were a prick?
Because one day the driving gloves came up, and then I said, yeah, I just can't risk damaging the car, so I wear these gloves. And she's like, what? That's why you wear them? So then it became a discussion. So that's how I found out what she originally thought. She thought it was funny that I was just paranoid about damaging the car.
It's crazy, Doc.
But she had a better attitude about me once that was the reason I was wearing them, you see. I probably wouldn't have gotten even to second base if that discussion hadn't come up.
Bear Clooney watches I Am War Criminal Bear. That's awful. That's awful. Dave, Dirk Diglock. I guess I should rephrase. These are free clips to pass on time for Archie. Since Arch or Lux were not thinking ahead and back a backup copy of brands, then these are the best you are getting.
I can't tell for sure, but it sounds like he's saying you should have made backup copies of the Mookie clips.
Yeah.
I miss some of the Mookie clips. I especially miss
says, I picture
Pantera.
Arch wearing his Breguet and some nice lamb leather gloves in the BMW. It's only a 4-pot, Billie Jean. It's only a 4-pot. Let me ask you something. How much horsepower does your 968 have?
Not huge. I think they were rated at 240.
How much horsepower is your M3?
Oh, it's more than that. It's more like 330.
You know, my BMW is 255 horsepower.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
That's not bad for a 4-pot, but is it?
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's
That's
not.
a very respectable number, Doc.
It's respectable for a 4-cylinder, for sure. At the time the 968 came out, which was early 1990s, it was the most powerful 4-cylinder on the market.
What's the 928? What do you think of the 928?
928 was a V8, I believe.
Yes, it was. Front engine V8, usually with a automatic transmission.
And it was intended to replace the 911, actually.
But what went wrong? Why didn't it do that? In fact, it died.
Well, the 911 had such a following. I think even Porsche didn't realize it when they came up with this plan to replace it. So that was part of it. And the other part of it,
928s are very expensive to keep going.
They are. That was the other element, is the fact that the 928, I don't know for sure, but I know it had to have been one of their few front-engined cars, you know, and at the time it was water-cooled, and that was also kind of different for them.
M2 Carlino says 430 brake horsepower on the M2 competition, but changing back to E46 M3 338 brake horsepower like the old style.
I think the M2 competition, I think that 430, I don't believe it's naturally aspirated, but I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure though that it's that's a more of a higher tech engine. And the nice thing about the E46 M3, it's just old school. So it's kind of simple, which means there's less to break down. That's one of the reasons I like it.
Doc, what's going on in your world there? Any watches coming on the scene?
You know what? I am pretty content with my Speedmaster right now. So I
want to show you something. I'm doing a review this week for Timely.
Timely's a great guy.
Yeah, and I really like his collection.
Yeah.
For the simple, I'm going to bring this up on the screen. I want you to have a look at this. Tell me what you think of this, Doc.
It's one of those smaller, but he's contented with it collections.
It's a beautiful collection.
Yeah.
Let me just get it up on the screen for you. This, I think, is fucking perfection. Look at this. Look at this. We got a Rolex Explorer 139 mil.
Yep.
GLashutte, Jaeger LeCoultre Reverso. That's a 976, which I think is the most perfect Reverso.
Wears well.
Tudor, look at the Tudor.
He does like that.
Tudor with that bracelet I actually gave him as a gift. I also gave him that strap on the JLC as a gift. And then behind that, we got an Omega. And we've also got a Tag Heuer.
Now, that's a standard.
Kesslowitz joins the chat. How
Hey,
are you?
Paul.
Hey, I tried to ring you. You didn't answer the call.
Little phone tag. Playing a little phone tag.
That's okay. How you been, man?
Good. How about you?
Hey, not too bad.
What's up,
Now,
Doc?
is that a standard Black Bay that he has there with his Jubilee bracelet now?
No, that's the Jubilee bracelet I gave him. Yeah, Black Bay.
But I mean, it's a standard. It's just a standard
it's beautiful.
one. So it's
beautiful.
It's a little bit on the thicker side because of that.
It's a nice watch.
Can't remember.
Tell me this, Kessler. What's going on with you?
Oh, you know, living life happy. I'm going to send you
any stories from work about watches? Any more updates with movie stars or famous people?
Any comments on the blue ball issue? Any comments on the blue balls issue?
What issue? I haven't heard about this one.
Oh, maybe Archie needs to explain it to you. Glad I brought it up.
Well, you know, we all have the bug. We all are in this crazy watch addiction.
Yes.
And I'm eyeing up the next piece. I'm eyeing up the next piece, Paul. I need some help. Let's go shopping. Let's go shopping. I'm going to send you something on WhatsApp here.
Don't you want another Speedmaster back in your collection, though, Kessler?
Nah. We don't have time for Speedmasters. We're going big boy, big boy. So we're in research mode, Paul. We're in research mode.
Another Patek, right?
Well, Paul and I have the Patek bug. You see, we can't help ourselves.
I know.
And once you catch the bug, it's you know, it's hard to shake it. So we're looking at the next piece.
Even the CDC is saying now that the vaccination does not help with this particular bug. So that's nice to know. We are addicted and we're stuck with it.
So as I look through the Patek lineup, I've narrowed it down, and I have 4 pieces.
Just before we go on, I just want to say this was actually this is Timely Behaviors collection.
Oh, I didn't know this was Timely. It's very nice.
Yeah,
I love the Explorer.
I'm going to be doing a review in the next couple of days. And I got to tell you something. I fucking love this picture. I've been staring at this. Explorer 1. You had an Explorer 1, Kessler. You still
have it. Yeah, the 39. It's fantastic.
It's the 39.
That's one of the ultimate dailies. Okay, that's a quintessential Rolex right there. Beach to tux. Beach to tux.
He's got a Reverso there, 976, which is that's a grand size.
Yeah.
Tudor Black Bay, which I gave him as a gift. That
it just that Tudor GLC. Black Bay. The Tudor Black Bay just needs a little bit of modding, and it'll be perfect.
Well,
no, you're crazy. Bracelet. That's crazy talk.
That's the bracelet I gave him. That's the bracelet I gave him.
He already modded with the bracelet. Now he just needs Mercedes hands, and then it'll be great.
Omega, and then a Tag Heuer. Look at that. Isn't that just as a 5-piece?
It's really nice. It's a really well-balanced collection. I like the denim. What is it? A Seamaster?
Yeah, the Seamaster. The denim Seamaster. It's fucking gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah. Very nice.
Now, we'll come back to that. We don't want to lose the thunder that you've generated there, Kessler. We'll come back to that. So this is what you're looking at. Holy shit. I got to be honest with you.
This is research mode, Paul. Check in, baby. Check in.
Well, out of those there, wouldn't you go for the World Time chronograph? No?
Oh, so easy answer. That's a no-brainer for you?
And that's steel as well, isn't it?
That's the thing. See, the usability of the steel drives me to that piece. But so let's go down the line. So, I got the 5320, right? So
that's
these
white
two
gold. That's white gold.
White gold. And so these Arabic numerals, I love this look. You see the two on the left, the 5226 and the 5172, they both share the same DNA with the Arabic numerals. You see what I mean?
Ask you something.
Go ahead.
Are you going to sell your perpetual to get this, or
No. Okay, you're already going into the deal, which I appreciate. let's talk about. I'd love to talk about the watches as their, just for their own, and then we'll go into the deal.
If you don't mind
But
me
if you want to,
asking
cut to the chase, the plan. I think the plan. It's all in theory. Trade the Batman.
Oh, I see. And we got Jay Anthony joining us. Hello, Jay Anthony. How are you?
Hey, gents. I liked your picture for the stream today, sir. Very tasteful.
Which one's that? Sorry.
I think it's one of the ones I sent you on WhatsApp. I like it.
Oh, yes, the thumbnail. Yeah. Great.
Greetings, Jay Anthony.
Yeah.
How's it going? Which one is that, though? Now I'm confused.
No, that's the one with it was Patek and his date in the back. I like that photo. It's just, I got to tell you, Jay Anthony, I'm actually looking at next week is D-Day for me.
What happens on D-Day?
I got to decide whether I want to. I got a super chat. Let me grab this super chat. Red Hot 100, $5. Doc BBW, nice to see you and many others on Thomas's channel, remembering Blue Shirt Buddha. Hats off to the Escapement channel for the kindness.
Yeah.
Is there that's the anniversary, is it? Tell me, Doc, when was the anniversary of his passing?
I only know that it's approaching.
Okay.
I don't remember the exact day.
No, that's okay.
And I'm not very good at remembering those sorts of exact days. In fact, I try hard to forget those sorts of exact days, to be honest.
No, I understand, Doc. That's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's just have
a great guy for sure.
Yes.
Great guy for sure.
Jay Anthony, this is Kessler, which he's deciding on getting a second Patek. He's currently got one Patek. Can I give you some advice, Kesslowitz?
Hit me.
I think you only need one Patek.
You got a point. I don't blame. I've considered this.
Let me explain.
Please.
$50,000. Let's be totally honest here, okay? I got a HELOC. I'm doing a few things, right? Crazy things. I don't think there's anything wrong with spending $10,000, $20,000, but $50,000.
It's got to scratch the itch, Paul. Once you get to the level,
the first one, the 5226
doesn't scratch the itch. You see,
the 5226 that does nothing. Just cut that off.
Okay, let's talk about that, because I knew you were gonna say that. Okay, and I kind of agree in a way that it's like it's fucking time only. Right? Like 30 fucking Patek is the king of complications. Right, so 3-hand is a cutting it. I just think aesthetically, I love it. Because it's got the military style watch. Explorer 1 kind of vibes. It goes with the collection. You see, the Arabic numerals. It goes with the collection. You see what I'm saying? I agree with you. Time only. Maybe we should just. So you'd say immediately knock that one out. So you're down to 3 on the right. Is that right?
Yeah.
Where's the 5196P?
No, not on the list. Sorry, too small, too classic. Got to wear a dress. You got to wear a suit.
What do you mean it's too small? What do you mean it's too small?
I mean it's 37 mil. That's what I mean.
That's the sweet spot. 37, 38, 39 is the sweet spot.
What's the difference? 37, 38, 39, those are all quite different.
The 5196 wears a lot bigger than it looks, especially compared to the 37s. You get more dial. It looks bigger than it is.
Yeah, the wider lug width. That's true. And
I gotta be honest, I don't hate the 5226 either. I kind of like the stealth factor.
I don't hate it, but I think the thing is, let's be totally honest. You got a perpetual look. There's nothing wrong with a 3-hand Patek. Patek 3-hand is beautiful. However, you got a perpetual calendar. You had a weekly calendar before. This is beneath you, okay?
Hold on.
Okay.
So what do you have?
This is the kind of shit that guy with the Daytona would wear.
Beneath.
Okay, the guy is a 20 or something like that. I like that Democrat, left wing Go.
All right,
fuck
let's move on.
yourself.
Let's move on.
A little
So
bit more. Is that what you said? What did you say to him?
5172.
A little bit more. He said they're 15. What did you say? A little bit more. What did you say? Tell me what you said.
You just say, oh, it's less than it's what 20, 30 grand, and then you go, no, and then he goes, less, and you go, no.
And the
what do you think about okay, 5172?
About it is, it's when you know he would have left that scene, and he starts searching Patek perpetual calendars. Then he goes, oh fuck. And he knows he's been a complete douchebag. You know what I mean? Because he thought he was better than you. You're just a lowly lighting technician. You know what I mean? Cleaning light bulbs and, you know, having reflectors. And he just thought, you know what? That guy can't out
knuckle dragger. Look at this knuckle dragger.
Yeah, knuckle. So you said no to him. And he liked that, didn't he?
Yes.
Jay Anthony, I got to be honest with you.
Lie to me, man.
Those three are very, very similar style case. You've got a white gold, you've got a platinum. And now what I think the sweet spot might be, instead of the 5230P, why don't we put in there a 5230G or an R? So much cheaper. You can get that.
I can't copy Tan's whole collection. I can't copy Tan's whole collection. Okay. The 5230G has got to be off the table here.
Why is that?
Great watch.
What about an R? A rose gold and a white gold. A rose gold.
The solid blue pops. When you see that, you know.
No. I know, but it's so expensive.
You got to pay to play, baby.
Are we talking about Patek and complaining about price? Help me understand this argument.
No, well, I mean, let's be honest there. $50,000 US. I mean, I've got that.
So out of those three, okay, so tell me. Quick. These three are basically all the same price. Which one would you take?
What?
Oh, they're all basically 50 grand.
I would have to. Okay. Personally, I would go for the 5935. I think that's one of the most beautiful watches. It's steel, it's a world time, and it's a fucking chronograph. I mean, fuck. That is an exit watch. No?
Yes.
No?
And
what do you think?
It's good dial variety with the 5320. You see, much different.
Yeah, it is. I must admit, I do like the 5172. They've fallen a lot. Can you get it? Jay Anthony, I want to ask you something. Would you approve of a HELOC? Can you borrow money to buy any of this shit?
Oh, it's going to take me about 10 minutes to come up with an answer on this one. I don't know. That sounds like wise financial advice, Archie, if you want to be broke for life. Is that the goal?
You can always do it. It just may not be a great move.
Do you ever, can I ask you something, Jay Anthony? Would you ever borrow some money to buy one of these if you know you're selling another investment that's going to clear the loan?
Why would I just sell the other investment so I don't have to borrow the money? I don't get the loss.
It might be a timing issue.
You're trying to fool yourself, man. If you're trying to fool yourself.
So that says that I don't have any liquidity to buy the watch in the first place, which says that I can't afford it because then I have no fallback option. So no. I can't pay cash for it. I can't afford it.
But you miss out on a deal. That's the problem.
That's a real buzzkill.
But if I had the cash and I've been in a good financial decision, I wouldn't miss the deal. I would just pay cash.
But sometimes you might have some investments. I just want to hold on a little bit longer. So I will borrow a little bit so I can get the best of both. Look, there's nothing wrong with a bit of bridging finance.
I love you, Paul, but I can't in good faith give anything that requires interest. I'm sorry. I just don't get it.
He's a Dave Ramsey guy, Paul. He's a Dave Ramsey guy.
Problem, you know what's wrong with Dave Ramsey, don't you?
A lot is wrong with Dave Ramsey.
No, but for the average person,
that is dumb. Cash is king.
No, the problem is this. Let me run a scenario to you. I want to ask Jay Anthony a question, okay? Are you better off to have one paid off house?
Mm-hmm.
Or are you better off to have two properties, 30 to 40% debt on both, but 2 property exposure. So how much capital, how much equity do you have? Well, it's the same figure, but you've got the chance of having 2 properties, which, as you know, as long as you service the debt, you have the, if in a rising market, you have the chance of making, that's how you make money with leverage. Now, I didn't say you have 9 properties or 15 properties. I'm saying 2 instead of, what is better? Do you see what I'm saying, Jay Anthony, or not?
It's
especially
sort of the
in
opposite.
a state like
It's
California.
the opposite of. It's the opposite
in California,
of fire.
if
Jay
you paid
Anthony.
cash
It's the
for a
opposite
house,
of
by the
fire.
time you saved the deposit, or by the time you saved enough money, the prices would have doubled. You understand what I'm saying or not?
I'll throw you a bone here because this hurts me in principle, but I will say this. I have not intentionally paid off my current home because in Texas there are tax savings and I can write off the interest on the loan
But
every
you've
year.
also got a very, very cheap rate of interest
Oh, yeah,
on the loan.
I'm in the 2% range. Yeah. But if I paid the house off,
why would you pay that off? Now, if you've got the money, that money to pay that off, put away in another investment.
Yes.
Well, you basically, you would be crazy to pay off a 2% loan. You would be crazy to pay a 3% loan. Okay, I will even say up to 3.5% loan. You'd be crazy to pay it off if you locked in for 30 years. What you do is, instead of paying it off, you invest that money into just a S&P fund or any sort of fund like that, or another. You could use it for so many things, and you are laughing. As long as the only proviso is, as long as you can service the debt, because if you don't want to go into foreclosure, do you?
Paul, I love you so much, but one of my best pieces of advice I've ever heard from anybody is never take advice from somebody who's not living the life you want to live. And no offense, I
don't. Shots fired.
That had to hurt. That had to hurt.
Ooh,
that had to hurt a little bit.
I will say this. So to your point, I have not paid my house off intentionally. I have lots of tax savings in Texas. I can write off, and the U.S. government lets me write off the interest on my loan. So I'm deducing because I'm in a high income bracket.
As Dave Ramsey would say, the grass feels different once you've paid it off.
Yeah, I don't
walk out on the grass. It feels different. But I know what you're saying. Hey. Kesslowitz wants to borrow a little bit of money for this.
No, he's bullshitting.
I misunderstood completely.
Let me ask you something, Kessler. You know, for $50,000, you could buy a beautiful BMW or a secondhand Porsche.
Let's talk that. That's the next pillar. We're not there yet. We got a 3-hour show, big boy. I just sent you another WhatsApp message. We got another slide.
Yeah, I got another
slide. So if we're gonna mix it up, let's shake it up. I'm gonna say this is a curveball. This is a bit of a curveball for you. We're gonna go non-Patek. We're gonna shift a little bit here.
Fuck now.
And we're gonna give you 3 other options here in the same ballpark. Ballpark figures. We're talking 50K. Big money, baby. Big money.
50K, you can buy a really nice car in America, Jay Anthony. What do you think? You can buy a nice truck, a pickup truck.
You can get a base model with cloth seats. This is true.
You can get a Julie. Could you get a Julie for 50,000?
Not a brand new one. That's more like 100,000 if it's a diesel. I would, if I was looking at 50 grand, I'm thinking a 10-year-old C7 Corvette or a 718 Porsche Boxster that's used, or maybe an M2 for 50 grand used. For 50 grand used, yeah.
Corvette's probably your best bet.
You could buy a new 430 BMW, couldn't you?
And yeah, but if I'm spending 50 grand, I mean, no offense, they're fine, but that would not be my choice.
He wants an M.
Well, that's the thing, Paul. When you're comparing cars and watches, 50 grand, you're going to get a cool car, but a 50 grand watch, you're getting the best. You're getting top tier. You're getting top 1% of the market.
Come on, Archie. You're a value buyer. You don't buy new. You buy used and you get a better car. I can get a Boxster or Cayman S for 50K used. Why would I buy a new 430i?
Paul, join the winner's circle. Patek and Subaru. Patek
because
and
they give you a better lease deal because you can't afford it. You know that?
Please? I don't want to rent a car.
Actually, I must tell you, the most expensive way to pay a car is to finance it.
Uh-huh.
A lease is the most expensive.
That's why they want you to do it that way.
Yeah, the most expensive. I got to tell you.
All right, let's get to the slide here. Let's get to the slide here.
Go.
Okay, so
Kessler
the Havana Brown is one of my ultimate grails. Right?
Are you sure they're 70,000? That's so much money.
They're probably even more. That's the cheapest one I could
find.
At
retail with your movie star connections?
Well, I'm trying. I'm working it. I'm working it. It's a process. But
what were you offered before you bought your Patek, current Patek? You were offered a Lorient Ferrier, weren't you?
Yeah, that Sport Auto Blue.
Are you glad you didn't
those
go
have
for
come
that?
down.
Because you would have done your money.
That was a good pass. I was excited, but that's we take our time.
Super chat,
no problem.
Who do I take advice from if I am perfectly content with my life? Who do I take advice from if I am perfectly content with my life? Who does he take advice from?
You give yourself a pat on the back and have yourself a drink. Celebrate.
Yeah.
Winning.
So the Havana Brown, I've kind of given up on. It's a dream. It's a
Why have you given up? Why have you? JJ got one.
You're right. That's why. I haven't fully given up, but you know what I mean. You can't expect it. It's gonna. If it happens, it happens. But we got to move on. We gotta. We gotta scratch the itch. So that's on the list. If it happens, it happens. But these other two. So you got the Lange Odysseus, right? Kind of an unloved watch in the market, kind of under the radar. No one really talks about it, but it's really amazing. You got the 120 meter water resistance, rubber strap, casual look, and fucking one of the best brands. I mean, I've kind of gone lukewarm on Lange. I know you've never really pulled the trigger, but you got to respect it, right? It's a great watch.
Yes, I totally agree with you. That FP Jaune is fucking gorgeous. It is so beautiful. And the dial, the way the dial, the in-depthness on the Jaune dials is incredible. You know which one I like the least?
What size is it?
I think it's 40 mil.
It's 40, yeah. So the FP Jaune is 40, the Lange is 40 and a half, and the 1159 is a 41. So they're all in the same. The Lange probably wears biggest. Or sorry, the Star Wheel.
Yeah, Star Wheel looks like it wears big.
So no, that's the last piece. That's another grail. Those have come down a bit though. You can get those for about the retail price, and it's so cool. I got to try that AP on when I was in Taipei, and they had it going around the boutiques just as a display model. And fuck, that's amazing. Humble Pine had that watch at watch time, and it's just so different,
How long does it take not to think what time is it?
Yeah, right.
I gotta tell
it's quite easy to read the time, though.
I got to tell you something seriously with this watches here. Jay Anthony.
Yes, sir.
Out of these three watches, the only watch that appear, the Star Wheel means fuck all to me.
I'm actually with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
The only
it's not an AP.
The only watch I like is the Havana, and I'll be honest with you. Jay Anthony, I would prefer to get those Pateks. There's nothing excites me here.
Yeah.
That World Time Patek chronograph, fuck me dead. It's cheaper, and it's a far better watch. That's a fuck off. Get out of my way. I'm not paying off the home loan. I'm driving a 20-year-old Subaru forever. Get out of my fucking way.
I agree with you. And also, just given my recent experience with Patek service, they treated me so well that I just want to buy 5 more. The way they treat their customers, AP compared to Rolex, compared to all these other jerk-offs, I'm like, I'm sold for life. I'll buy more. I'm already looking for my next one.
So how long did your service take? Because there's all these rumors, 6 months to a year. Bullshit, right?
Yeah, so I sent it to Rockefeller Center early August, and they said it'd be done by end of December. So they quoted me 4 months, and I got it end of October. So basically 2 months.
Not bad.
They were great. They were super friendly. They said, "Look, we're not going. They don't upsell you. They talked me out of doing stuff to it I wanted to do to it. They actually marked it down from what I wanted to have done to it. They were very straightforward, very pleasant compared to every other."
I agree with you, Paul. Patek is the way to go. Get the other slide up. Get these shitters off. We want to. Let's go back to the grails.
Okay.
Let's go back home. Let's go back home.
Look, the problem, I like the Jean, but I don't want to pay premiums. You know what I mean?
No, but retail. I'm talking retail. Retail. You would pay retail.
The premiums that you pay for this shit, it's
fucking.
Jay Anthony, what do you think of paying premiums? You don't.
I don't have it in my DNA to pay over sticker for anything. I want below sticker.
I agree. I've never paid over sticker. I hate that whole game. Just wait. If you can't wait, you can't get it. Fuck it.
P.T. Barnum. There's a sucker born every minute, and these brands love them. Like I don't know. It's a car market during COVID. These $30,000 markup on cars are all suckers.
What? There's a what markup on cars?
I remember during COVID, every car was marked up like 30 grand with market adjustments and all the special sports cars. And I remember
they were even marking up used cars at that.
Yeah,
time.
I went to Porsche to order a Cayman S, and they said it's minimum 15 grand over sticker, and I said pound sand. Now they're discounting them. So
now they're discounting them.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Like you would expect.
But they, yeah. Look at this here. I tell you honestly, the ones that really appeal to me is platinum. See, I'm not a metals guy. I'm a movement and a brand guy more than metal. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, it's second or third down the list, of course.
At this price point, I do want gold, though. I'm not going to lie, especially if it's a white color. I mean, white gold to me is I'd rather have that than stainless because I feel like I'm getting ripped off. But the 5935, I'm with you, is my pick of this group for sure. I love the dial. It's playful.
You know, Boston Collector has that, the 5935.
That's a nice piece.
Yes, he does.
It is busy. If we're gonna say anything though, wouldn't you say it is a bit busy?
No,
you know,
it's a
chronograph.
59.
You only get that 30-minute fucking sub-register. It's a bit...
No. Hang on. It's a chronograph world time. Fuck me dead. This is Jesus would wear this sort of shit. Do you understand?
And you think it goes well with the 5320? You think so? I would have Explorer 1, 5320, and the 5935. Get rid of the Batman.
Oh fuck! I would get rid of the Explorer 1 and keep the Batman. Why don't you do that, man?
On paper, you're right. On paper, but can I tell you, in wearing both watches for the last 6-7 years, so I got it in 2018. I like the Explorer. I gotta tell you, I actually
get for the Batman. How much you gonna get for the Batman? How much you gonna get?
Ballpark 12 grand, maybe 13
grand. So then we got 40 grand to come up with. Where are you gonna get the 40 grand from?
Cash, baby, cash.
Does that leave you with a fully funded emergency fund after this?
He's gonna take out a HELOC. Is the answer he's fishing for?
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with a home equity line of credit there, you know. What do you think of reverse mortgage, Jay Anthony? Is that evil?
Why do we ask dumb questions?
Actually, I got something more evil than that. Can I tell you something more evil than that? In my country, they have companies. Listen to this, Jay Anthony. You want to hear more evil than HELOC or reverse mortgage? They have companies who buy the equity rise in your property.
I've heard of this crap, yes.
And that is so fucking dangerous because you basically, it's like, and the way they promote it is say, oh, if you want to renovate your house, we'll give you money. And then when it sells or you die, the rise, we get a percentage of the rise. Now, the thing is, you borrowed money from them and you're renovating the house. You're already making the asset much more valuable. And they haven't.
I think you got stuck in the lender's algorithm. You're stuck in the lender's algorithm. You're getting fed all the garbage deals. Stop looking at HELOCs. That's what you got to do. Get off Google's.
you must admit, but in my business, it's probably a good idea to borrow a bit of money to get more interesting watches to have on the show.
Make more
Or
money.
Just do it for free. Partner with Brisbane Watches, right? Go shoot in their store. Free watches.
Yeah,
it just
but
saved you a bunch of money.
I like to own some stuff. I get excited when I own stuff. You know what I mean, J. Anthony?
So you can worry about the next service costs and scratching it?
Yeah, you know. I got to tell you something. These 4 watches here, what do you like? Let's shoot down what you don't like. Kill 2. I want you to say which 2 is the least you like.
For me, I would say the 5230 is the least favorite. For me personally, I love it, but these other 3.
For me, I would say the first one I least like is the 5226. That's the 3-hander Calatrava.
That thing.
I don't hate it, but
it's just the least liked of these 3.
Which one is least liked for you, Doc?
No, I agree with you. I'd get rid of the 5226 if I was getting rid of one.
What about you, J. Anthony?
No offense to Tan, I'd get rid of the 5230 as well. And you, sir, that's my least favorite.
Yeah.
You know what's wrong
with
that
5226?
I'll tell you what's wrong with that 5230. It's platinum. It's too expensive.
Oh, that's what makes it so special, though. I tried that piece on. The weight, Paul. The weight. It's a fucking heavy hitter.
You don't like the dial color, huh?
See, what you got to realize is those 5172s, they were going for way over that. J. Anthony, 5272, that's an incredible watch.
Incredible.
They were up to 100 grand for a while.
That's the thing. When you look at the history of Patek, I mean, the chrono is not their quintessential piece, but to have the perpetual calendar and a chrono, that's a combo meal deal. You know. The world time is very Patek too, though. So these are all, great DNA.
But what I think is, that 5935, that is a once in a lifetime chance. It's a chance to own steel, world time, and chronograph.
Right. Pull it up on the Patek website. What do you think of the guilloche they do? They have that checkerboard guilloche on the dial. The carbon motif. I think they call it carbon motif.
I'm just going to call that up there. The other thing is, I just want to say to you, I really, 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 really do think, I got to say this to you, I think you're losing the point. I honestly think far, far cheaper. Look at this. I just want you to see this. Please just look at this and just give me your opinion. Far cheaper, 5230. I think that's a nicer watch.
Yeah, that's Tan's watch. It's great. I tried it on at watch time. He brought it up watch time.
What I'm trying to tell you is that gray dial, this looks awesome. Better than the platinum version.
I disagree. Sorry. I don't know. Sorry.
Well, is it worth 20 grand more? It's 20,000 more.
The white print.
It's 20,000 more.
Yeah, but when you know, okay? You're right. It is a ridiculous premium. And when you say it like that, yeah, 20 grand more. It's the same
even have the courage to say to fuckface, my watch is $60,000 fucking dollars. You didn't even have the courage to say that to him.
If you're gonna say it, you gotta say retail, Paul. It's 101, baby. 101.
See, I'm the old man in this group, and for that money, I'm more tempted by the 5396.
You should have said to the guy, "It's 100." What that guy?
Let me tell you, J. Anthony, I love the annual calendar, but I just think in a small collection, a small 3-piece collection, a perpetual and an annual is a little too repetitive.
I think you had a weekly. You had a weekly calendar. You mean a weekly?
No. I mean, yeah, I had the weekly, but I'm just saying even now with the perpetual.
You can't do that. You can't have a perpetual and an annual. That's no good.
Right.
Because you only have one calendar watch. You have one calendar.
Exactly.
Oh, you're right. Exactly. That's the first world problem we're really trying to solve.
You either get a world time or a chronograph.
Right.
Or you just save the money and buy a minute repeater. Game over. That's your game over.
$500,000. $500,000.
It's going to take too long.
That's your one watch collection right there.
You know what? Did you sell that box, by the way, Keslow?
No, it's for sale. You want it?
Have you listed it or not?
PayPal me $750. I'll send it over tonight.
It's a nice box.
Really nice.
I got to tell you, this is the real deal. You know, you were saying, let's take a look at the 5935 close up, right?
Yeah.
This is actually, I'm just going to call this monochrome article up, actually,
Yeah,
because
we need big photos, Paul. Big.
I got to be totally honest with. Here we go. I'm just changing screens. Just let me change screens. I've got a different module. The thing you got to remember is with this watch, okay, I've actually held, when I went to London, I was talking to this guy who had one of these. This is the most beautiful watch you will ever. Now, you said it looked busy, right?
Right. That's a criticism a lot of people give this watch.
I completely disagree because it's got two functions, chronograph, and it's also a world time. Okay, this is beyond beautiful.
And you got the loom on the hour markers and hands. You see that?
I don't care about loom, but what I'm trying to say is, J. Anthony, surely you would approve a little bit of a HELOC to get this. Come on.
You know what? I really want to help you here, so I'm going to give you some really solid advice. Get yourself an American Express Black Card with a 5% cash back. Buy this watch on the credit card, recognize your 5% cash back, and make the minimum payments for about 15 years. And you're basically buying this watch for $30 a month. I mean, who wouldn't take that deal?
American Express Black Card. That's hard to get, J. Anthony.
I think with the amount of assets you have in your watch collection, I think you can pull it off. And maybe you take out a second one on the BMW as well as a collateral asset. I think that would get you one of these for maybe $30-40 a month.
I think American Express card is one of the worst cards to ever have, J. Anthony. What do you think?
I think J. Anthony is trolling you right now.
Archie, to get lounge access at the airport, I mean, come on, that's free champagne. That pays for itself.
Lounge access.
Basic cocktail.
I got to be honest with you. Amex card is normally not a credit card. It's a debit. It's a charge card. You got to clear it every month.
I think for you, they'll make an exception. There's also Chase Sapphire Preferred. That has a lower start rate of $200, and you can also get lounge access with some of them too. So I think you can finance this one for the rest of your life. And then, as my friend said, they can't collect from you when you're dead. So what do you got to lose?
A black card, you need 10 million cash, don't you? What do you need to get a black card?
You need a friend at the bank that pre-approved you for it. I've known people.
I think no, seriously, I think it's about how much you spend. I think you need like $250,000 a year spent.
Fuck. See, if you had a business, you could easily spend that in a business, couldn't you?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. I got to tell you seriously. What do you think of that? The pattern there, the crosshair pattern there. Look at that.
It's not as gaudy as I thought it was going to be. It actually looks tasteful.
No, it's fucking amazing. And the best thing about this watch is, look at the movement on it. Incredible. Yeah. The funny thing is, this movement has actually got a bit in common with the movement on your perpetual.
The rotor, sure.
Those are 18K rotors or 22K?
It's not a 324 though, Paul. I think it's a 29 dash something.
Yeah, but it uses
there you go, 28-250.
It's very similar. It's not using their micro rotor. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I got to tell you, seriously, as a watch, I also love the fact. Look at that leather strap there. Isn't that fucking gorgeous?
I do actually like that strap.
And it comes with two straps,
Yeah, you get a beige one.
Yeah.
And you get two calfskin. One is Thorpe. Hey, we got Ozzy Expat. Hey, Ozzy, how are you, man?
Good.
Hello.
Just coming to back up J. Anthony. Just got the FXD because I'm in the middle of a workout. But Amex now do, like, if they see a purchase that's like a really big line item, they'll offer you pay over time options now. So it really isn't as simple as like, oh, it's just a charge card anymore. So
top tip.
That's it, Paul. Get on David SW. Order this bitch.
What interest rate will they offer that to you at?
I think it depends on a lot of things. They effectively offer it per item, but on something as single item and big like that, I imagine it's probably pretty competitive.
Competitive like what? 2%?
Yeah, I mean,
times 10.
It's not going to be as good as a car loan, right? But it's going to be pretty good. And you get
Go buy another BMW, an M3, pull up to the application office in that car and show them that you're a man of good financial standing, and they'll pre-approve you on the spot.
Yeah, I got to be honest with you. Aussie expat, would you cross into one of these watches here? This is a perfect watch for you to cross into. You got so many Rolex. I think this is you. Just a one and done Patek. Look at that. Steel world time with chronograph. No? Is that you? That's got you.
No, I like these because they're both colorful. They have a lot of flair. And that's something that's missing from, basically all steel sports.
Would you get one Patek? Just get one Patek Aussie expat.
The thing is, I have 2 little kids, and my life is. I need to be able to bang the crap out of this. Honestly.
Yeah. No. I understand.
Yeah. That's.
This is the perfect one. It's steel. It's meant for that.
No. Yeah, and the stuff inside of it's not going to be cheap to fix. That's. These
don't break easy. This isn't. Everyone talks about the fragility of the Patek. I think it's just as good as anything else.
Ask Archie. He had a world time from service.
Yeah, but he's buying like fourth hand. He's buying fucking fourth hand 90s pieces that have never been serviced.
No, but
in Australia, fucking all the humidity. The humidity.
The humidity. Hey, I'm thinking about moving to Florida. It's not something we'll escape.
What makes you want to move to Florida? Can I ask you that?
It was on the bucket list. Like when I first came to America, I said,
"Would you buy a house yet? Would you buy a house?"
I've got a spreadsheet on everything, and basically, when buying makes more sense than renting, I'll buy. Like I'm in that position now that I could put up roots potentially if things were lucrative.
Do yourself a favor before you move there. Go to Walt Disney World in late August or early September and stand in line for 3 hours and tell me if you still want to live there.
The thing about Florida, buying property in Florida, you can't even get insurance there anymore. All the storms, they won't even insure the home anymore.
That's a good reason to rent. Very good reason to rent.
JD, 3 cents. Banging Patek around will get you a rooted rotor.
Going back to this 5935 here, just zoom in on that dial one more time, because one of the criticisms of this watch is that the guilloche is actually not done with the rose lathe. This is a stamped dial. They stamped that out. Which
who cares?
Yeah, so what? Exactly.
It's beautiful, man. It's honestly if you can't see this as being so beautiful, I think for me, if I had this watch, that could be a one and done for life.
Can we get that in writing?
Seriously, I could sell everything, just have this. That's it.
You'd be net positive financially, no?
Sorry?
You'd actually be net positive, correct? If you sold everything off and bought this, you'd still be ahead?
Oh yeah, he could pull it off.
You might get my seal of approval.
Yeah, his 2 Rolexes and one of the shitters would.
How do I sell the JLC? I can't even give that thing away. Nobody wants it.
The price is right.
I'll tell you something. If I had the money, okay, let me say this to you, okay? I'm too scared to use my HELOC to buy this watch, okay? I'm too scared because, it's fuckfaces like Jay Anthony who will come on when I'm in financial trouble and say, Arch, how fucking stupid were you to use emergency HELOC money to buy a watch?
Let's lose their talk. Come on, let's get back to grassroots, Paul. Grassroots. It's got to hurt. It has got to hurt. It has to financially sting you or it doesn't matter. Remember?
I've got 3 words Fire your BMW. Fire is the answer.
As in,
I think you sell the house. I think you rent an apartment, and then you buy yourself a Ferrari to match the Patek for the full lifestyle effect.
I can't tell if he means torch it and then turn it in for insurance.
What I am thinking of doing is this: is actually selling the house, paying the apartment off, getting rid of the the BMW. I'll be honest with you, Jay Anthony. I got that BMW bug. You know what I'm sick of is the expensive costs of ownership. I'd like to get a Subaru, a Japanese eco shitbox, right?
Now you're talking.
Honestly, and just be content in my life. You know what I mean? Contentment.
You've never really been into cars, right?
WRX. Get a manual. They don't really depreciate. They're cheap to put miles on. They're cheap to use.
I don't need a rocket ship. I just want a Japanese eco shitbox.
What would happen if the BMW, which has an engine which is known for catching fire, we all know that they all catch fire all the time. What would happen if it caught fire?
When did this start?
I got insurance. It'll actually get me out of the dead very nicely. Please don't tempt me. Please.
I think that's what he's talking about. That's what I thought he was talking about.
We just know that it's one of those things that happens in life. You get a BMW, the engine catches fire.
They don't necessarily catch fire. That's normally.
You're thinking Tesla. You're thinking Tesla.
No, in Vegas,
super chat. WC $93. Get Bruce Lee as a panelist. Bruce Lee. I've already sent an invite. Sometimes he comes, sometimes he doesn't. He's a great guy. Let me just say this to you. Kesslowitz, are you there?
Yes, present.
Kesslowitz, if that photo does not inspire you, nothing in life will.
I'm with you. I'm with you 100%.
Then you'd have a white gold one, you have a steel one, and your world time would be better than Tan's.
Oh, now you're motivating me.
You know what?
That's the ticket.
You know what? Fuck it. You know what? Can I say this to you?
Tell me.
Why don't you sell the Explorer and the GMT and buy this?
Oh, and be a pure Patek man. Oh, that's ballsy. That's going all in. That's what a true Patek connoisseur would do. You think though the Explorer is so usable? It's a great beater. Gotta have a beater.
Life's too short to wear.
And your beater is a Rolex.
Exactly. That's it.
Seriously, you could pull this off.
I know, I'm thinking about it.
I wouldn't be too hard on yourself. You know what I mean?
What does that mean?
Why don't you deserve it? You don't think you deserve it, okay?
No, not at all. No one deserves this stuff. This is all just fantasy. We're living in the stratosphere. We're 30,000 feet above over here.
Look, I honestly think who would you sell your Batman? It's worth more than 12, isn't it? You get a bit more if you sold it yourself.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Hopefully there's a dealer that has the watch I want.
Well, seriously,
sort of deal.
How much would you get for the Explorer 1?
I don't want to sell it. I don't know, $6-7 grand.
Okay, so we're up to 20. All you got to do is find 30,000.
Yes.
Do you have 30,000?
We're ready, Paul.
Are we biting into your violin practice?
Right now. I know there's some fucking guy blowing a horn outside.
Oh, okay.
Can I ask you something? Okay, let me just ask you one thing, okay?
Yes. I'm ready to write the check right now.
Let's just calm down. Let's just calm down, okay? I'm going to bring something up on the screen. I want you to tell me maybe you need this in your life, okay? Wouldn't that just make you happy? That's it. Done.
That gives depression.
You're shifting gears here. So this is the one you want to trade in for, right?
Yeah. What do you think?
That's a great photo. That must be a rendering.
Yeah, it's a rendering. It's a rendering. But what do you think?
Nice
I'm
to
just
see the
asking.
actual
I love
watch.
it. I really like it. I really like this piece. This is definitely for you. Would I personally buy this?
No.
No, only because I have a smaller collection. You see, this fits in with your box. You see, this gives you a good dress option. I love the coin edging, those Breguet, that classic Breguet design. It's a lot better than your the fucking one you have. What is that thing? Transatlantic
Ouch.
or whatever. What's the Breguet you have?
I got a Type 21.
Type 21.
Type 21 hockey puck. Yeah, get rid of that. I would get this. Yeah,
I got to put a bit of money in, but you know what I'm saying?
What'd you say? $4,000 on top?
So you're saying you don't like his Breguet? Is that what I hear?
The one he currently has is nice, but if you're comparing it to this is way better. Way better. It's way cooler. This is unique. There's not many watches like this. There's plenty of skeletons, but this is got its own shindig. You know what I'm saying?
What do you
I like
think?
that. I like that gray anthracite finish. That matte sandblasted look on the bridges. That's quite cool. That's kind of a Laurent Ferrier thing.
I see what you're saying.
So what are they asking for that? 18?
What's this one here?
Yeah, what is that in US? What are they asking? 15 grand?
Look, I got to put 4 US in plus my Breguet.
Oh, do it. That's a deal. I would do that. Because what'd you pay for? Yeah, what'd you pay for yours? 8 or 9?
Yeah, the problem with my Breguet is no papers.
Whatever, they're taking it, right? Who cares? If they'll take it on trade, it's the same guy who sold it to you, right? I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So you're good. Yeah, that and $4,000, do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jay Anthony.
Yes, sir.
Is there anything wrong with taking 4 lousy thousand out of my HELOC to upgrade my Breguet?
I like this watch. I respect that you like it. I also like that Urin has one. But for this money, I'd just rather buy another Patek. So, and I would feel better on the Patek service strategy and the overall resale value. So this to me is a do not buy based on an investment strategy.
But the only thing you're going to get for this price point is a 5196. And this is, I think this.
Oh, this is probably cheaper than a 5196. He could get a 5117. He could get a 5123. He could get a 5119.
5123.
Oh, no, but those are all just basic, like 3 hand. Like they're just kind of a bit boring. If it wasn't Patek, it would be boring. Like this watch, Breguet is a respectable brand. It's one of the best brands, and it's cool. Like someone sees that, and it's like, it's a conversation starter. It's something different.
How much do you think you'll lose on this purchase?
Exactly. I do like the rose gold too. The rose gold really works with the black.
Yeah, it does. It does. What do you think? Should I do it?
And this one's full set, right? This one's full set?
Yeah, should I do it or not?
Yeah.
How much is it again?
If it's only $4,000 on top, it's only like $12,000 then, right? If you were to pay it up front, without the trade, it'd be around $12,000, I'm guessing, right?
What if you sold the your current Breguet, the Type 21, and just put that money back into your debt pile and paid off some of your high interest loan?
That'd be more sensible, but that's not the aim of the show.
Certainly wouldn't be enjoyable or fun. Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah. We got Bear Clooney joining us. Hello, Bear.
Greetings, Bear.
What a great panel today. What a great show. Absolutely. Remarkable. Kudos to Kessler for doing some research and bringing the watch talk. Very enjoyable.
Bear,
I just want to comment on this Breguet you guys are talking about. You see, I agree with Kessler but I also agree with Jay Anthony. I think it's a very cool and unique watch. Certainly, I like it. But in the same time, believe it or not, I do believe that Archie's Type 21 is easier watch to unload than this one.
Yeah.
It's just more
Yes.
commonly recognized among the watch people, and being a Type 21 and being in a precious metal is not negative. For this watch to get unload, eventually, we all know Archie will do that. It's going to be extremely difficult, and that's the only
I think it's just as
complication.
hard. Personally, I think it's there. I mean, the only thing I could say is as the price goes up, you naturally are just going to lose more buyers. You know, there's going to be more buyers at the
Correct,
cheaper
and
price point.
that's exactly this case here. To be honest, yeah, they're both not good sellers. They're both toxic on a secondary market, but one with a lower price would attract more buyers.
But also the Type 21 is closer to the Type 20, which is more classic. You're just going to have more
Correct.
people interested in that.
More people will be interested in that. More people will be open to discuss the purchase. So that's the only thing. Now, do I like this better than his Type 21? Yeah, but would I buy it? No.
I actually will say something really controversial. I think your Type 21 is more interesting because all the Type 21 and 20s that I see are all stainless steel. I've yet to see a gold one in person besides yours. Well, I haven't seen yours in person, but
That's true.
I'm glad you said that.
I haven't seen a solid gold Type 21 yet in person.
Uh-huh.
I've seen quite a few steel ones. I agree with that.
We got
Yeah.
super chat GB20 Mex. This watch's terminal rocks in your head.
Well, that's
This
a good
watch is-
point. This is
I
a more
won't call-
controversial watch than a Type 20.
It's a more interesting watch. It's a watch that will appeal to genuine watch geek. Somebody that actually urges and has a need to be very different, to have something unusual. Somebody who doesn't care about the value retention.
I think that's where Archie's at, though, right? It's like the guy's had everything. It's time to mix it up. You know, you haven't had this piece
Yeah,
before.
the only thing is Archie genuinely cannot afford this. That's it. But otherwise,
Oh, come on. He's got $4,000 to drop.
No, he cannot afford this type of watches. Archie should be. Well, listen, you're a perfect
really?
example, Kessler. You were full of shit when you were kicking tires with some very strange brands and thinking about the other brands, and then you end up buying Rolex and Patek, right? It's very easy to live vicariously through other people buying shitters, right? So advice would be, hey, listen, buy this shit if you don't care about the money, and buy Patek or Rolex if you actually cannot afford watches.
Yeah, but he wanted to pull out a hard card trick and say, I got an FP Jean. I was looking at Laurent Perrier.
FP Jean is a smart buy. No.
He wanted to do a JJ.
No,
he wanted to do a JJ. He wanted to
what was
buy
he,
it.
what was he looking at? I'm trying to remember the brand. That he
The
was
Gronefeld and Laurent Perrier's.
That's right.
The Indies, baby, the Indies.
But Dan, you came to a perfect realization what's a smart buy. Now, mind you, those are awesome watches. Fantastic watches. If you are a fucking billionaire.
Right.
Yes, because you don't care about resale.
But I know, Glasgow, you're not a billionaire. You're okay guy. You're doing well and all that. And you are also very financially smart. You don't want to buy shit you get stuck with.
Or lose a lot. Yeah, 100%.
I think you did only one watch you bought stupidly. I think that was the
Sea Dog.
GLashutte.
The Sea Dog.
Sea Dog, yeah.
That was a loser.
And that's such a small mistake, yet it was enough for you to say, I'm not doing this shit anymore. And immediately Kessler was back to Patek, and good for Kessler. Now Kessler's got a collection that is fucking A. Fucking A. Super chat, Archie.
Super chat. Thank you so much there. Watch chat. 6 Malaysian ringgit. Pick 3 and 1 watches and be done.
That's it.
Pick 3 in the box and 1 on the wrist and be done. That's it.
Well said, everyone.
That's it.
That's the thing, Paul. Why don't you go big? Why don't you fucking get a big trade going? Get the Breguet, get a Rolex, get some shit together.
Mate, you don't understand. I've
Get
got
the
the world time.
GLC.
That is my grail. That's it. That's all I ever wanted in life.
Well, that's good.
I got
you have it, yeah.
I got the grail. I mean, seriously, you think I don't appreciate my station in life? You think I don't appreciate it? Seriously? You think I don't appreciate the fact that I am very lucky to be where I am? Look, I got to be honest with you, Kesslowitz there. I am fucking so fortunate. I got a Patek 5130G. I never expected to own one of these. These are heavy hitting fuckers. These are huge money.
Beautiful watch.
That's my grail. It's a super grail for me. You realize that?
100%.
I think it's a grail for anyone that's collecting.
I mean,
watches.
I don't know how I even slipped into it, right? I'm going to get the Breguet. I'm going to have the JLC as my gold sports. And you know what, Bear? I'm sick of this. I want you to tell me how great that JLC is next year. That's your shtick next year, okay?
All right. I can do that for you, Archie. That's not much to ask friend to do. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, so I'm going to have the Breguet. I am actually, to be totally honest with you, Bear, I already have my grail. I realized my station in life, okay?
Good.
And I haven't seen many of these come up for a sale in Australia.
But I want to actually go back to Kessel's seeking a second Patek piece. That's interesting for me. I want to see where this is going to end up. So Kessel, where are you going? What's the plan?
Well, we've narrowed down these 4, so we're having the discussion. So
all right, let's continue that discussion.
Let's bring it up on the screen. I got the photo here, Bear. Just seriously, which one would you ditch out of these 4? I would ditch the first one, the bitumen dial Calatrava. I don't understand. It's not in the same league as the rest.
Have you seen it in person, though? I mean, the texture of the dial is what really sells this watch. It's really
it's cool.
I personally like this watch. I know it's not,
but it's only a 3-hander.
Yeah, but it's okay.
Right.
That's nothing wrong with that. I would from these 4, my favorite would be definitely 527G. That would be the one. I would be 5172G. My apologies. That's the one I see that to begin. That's a good value for the watch. And
They've come down a long way, Bear.
And then the second choice would be 5935A. Third choice would be 5226G, and the very last would be 5230P. But I personally don't see any mistakes here among these 4 watches. It's a matter of personal taste.
Now, is there something not on the list you would? Oh, money's flowing.
Hey everyone, thoughts about trading? He asked this question yesterday, Bear.
Hey, that's a big super chat. Thank you.
No, he's changed it. He's changed it. Hey everyone, thoughts about trading? Let's have a talk about this. A root beer. I'm actually going to bring this up on the screen because the reason is, Bear, this is actually I think he's very keen to do this trade, and we got to help our mate. So what does he want to do? Let's have a look here. So firstly, we got a 2-tone, a Rolex root beer. Now I got to tell you something. The root beer is fucking gorgeous. That is a beautiful watch. Agreed, Bear?
Love that watch. One of my favorite 2-tone watches by far.
Okay, now the next thing he's got, listen to this, Bear. He is also got a Vacheron, right? It's not just an ordinary run. It's 82172 with GLashutte. Have a look at this, Bear. Fuck, Bear. Look at the dial, the GLashutte. No, I'm not just talking. It's not a. Look at the fucking dial, Bear. It's mesmerizing. Do you understand? It ain't just an... I'm going to bring up another picture because it is so fucking amazing, Bear. This is fucking incredible. Look at this, Bear. Look at the dial. Bear, look at the dial. I want you to look into it. Look at the dial, Bear. Fuck.
What's the size? What's the size on this watch?
40 mil, Bear.
Fucking beautiful dress.
No, weighing in a comfortable 38 in diameter. 38 mil in diameter.
No, lovely. Lovely.
Okay.
Not something
Now-
I would own, but definitely a nice watch.
Now he wants to trade those two pieces to get a 1815 Bear chronograph.
Real quick, if you like this VC so much, why don't you just get this instead of the Breguet? They're basically the same price used.
It's what Dave wants to palm off to me at the time.
Ah.
Oh, dude, he wants the 1815 chrono. This is a fucking no-brainer. 1815 chronos, one of the ultimate chronos of all time. That's probably one of the prettiest case backs in the whole watch industry.
Can we talk
Seriously.
monies? Can we talk monies? I wanna see what how much is that?
1815 chronos, 50 grand. Those are like around high 40s, low 50s.
All right, and how much is this VC patrimony?
If I had to guess, 20 grand.
Well, in that case, this is a good trade.
I don't know. Look up the A2172 price. I actually have no idea. The GLashutte, that may be quite expensive.
On a Lange, you are sure, right? On that VC?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just saw.
Archie,
I just saw one for
on,
sale.
can you check a price on that VC?
Yeah, I'm just doing a
patrimony?
price check as we speak. It's only 38 mil. There, it's 38 mil.
That's a nice size for that style of watch.
Sorry?
That's a nice size for that style of watch.
Actually,
But
you can pick them up for about 24,000, but they're US.
Okay, so
Wow.
yeah, that's a
Because they're a bit small. They're a bit small. Actually, you know what? It's the same price. That Vacheron is
So
the same
that,
price as
so
the
that
Breguet I'm
trade,
buying. Okay.
Tesla, that trade makes sense then financially, right?
I'm sorry, I missed that. What was the price of the Vacheron?
If we forget anything relevant to watches and aesthetics, financially, money-wise, that trade makes sense.
You gotta add some money
root
now.
beer would be what would root beer two-tone be in US?
15?
I think they're a little bit more than that, like 17 used, something like that
So
traded.
17 and 23, we're talking about that's about 40, right?
Yeah, you're pretty close. Yeah.
So that's significantly less than Lange 1850.
Oh yeah, if that was a straight trade, that'd be amazing.
If that's a straight trade, NG, it's a no-brainer. No-brainer. There we go. So it comes down to not thinking it and just doing it. Now, I don't know if it's a straight trade. Only you know that. If it's not a straight trade, we need to know more.
You got to be careful, Bear.
You telling me? When
Yeah.
were you careful in your fucking life?
Mic drop.
He's saying, Bear, his end collection will be 1815, 15300 blue. That's the AP Royal Oak. 5212A. That's a Patek.
That's the weekly.
That's a weekly calendar that you had.
Yeah.
A 39 mil rhodium. And a Pele 39. What's a Pele?
Pelagos.
Pelagos,
Yeah.
Pelagos.
Solid.
Solid collection. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5-piece solid. You don't need more than that in life, do you, Bear? I really wish, Bear. I really wish.
Well, if you ask me, I fucking hear my answer. The answer is that's way too much for life. It's already way beyond any life expectations. So fantastic collection. Go ahead, Archie.
I got to tell you, man, I think it's a fucking amazing thing. You know what? I do it. You know what? He's going to love the Lange. He's going to love it, Bear.
Whoa. Back the truck up. Back the truck fucking up. Back the truck up, Archie. He needs to add 5 to 10K, boys. 5 to 10K. When he says 5 to 10, that sounds like a 10K. Back the truck up, boys.
And
What's up,
we've
people?
got
Expect,
Erwin
market.
joining us. Hey, Erwin.
What's
Hello,
up, people?
Erwin.
What's up, Erwin?
Hello. What's up?
Talk
What's
some
up?
sense into these people, Erwin.
Hawker market. You're at a hawker market. Hawker market. Look at that.
Yeah, having a coffee
Can you
here.
order some
right now.
chicken rice? We'll have chicken rice.
Archie, does that change your position now? You have to do those two watches
Just
plus
one
10K.
quick. I got to catch up. Rich Mitch, £2. This has been the best Archie stream I've seen. Thank you, Rich Mitch. And
Awesome.
Uzi Metal Cock, $2. Drop link, sir. I have content for you. Okay, dropping link. The link is pinned. We're just dropping it again now for you. I got to be honest with you, Bear. How much thousands he's got to put in?
10.
Oh, fuck.
That's too much.
What? Lange,
What's about the money, though?
What's the color of the 1815? Is it rose? Is it white gold? What color?
Oh, you gotta
dial?
go. You gotta go white gold, black dial.
Again, I agree with Kessler. That's the
configuration of that watch. It's really pretty.
Are we talking about the trade?
Yeah, we're talking trade. Yes. We're talking trade.
Yeah.
I think I'd just keep the fucking root beer and the Vacheron. Fuck it. Do you really need that?
I don't like when you have to. I'd rather you sell your watches. Okay, sell the watches. See the money.
Hey Archie.
Yes.
Full screen. That's the Trump House, Latrobe, Pennsylvania. Yeah, baby. What's up? They call us the Trump House. You like that?
Love it.
I did that
How
for
are you
Mark
going, man?
Zuckerberg. What's that?
How are you going, man? Oh, you're wearing the day-date.
Oh, yeah, baby. Fuck. That's what I'm talking about. Told you I'd
drill, baby, drill.
Yes. You like that, Kelsowitz?
Drill, baby, drill.
Holy shit. I've just seen something from the other side.
What did you see?
What do you mean?
No, that's okay. You keep. That's okay. Kessler sent me an image. That's all. Kessler sent me an image.
Well, oh yes, that's the potential collection there, Paul. That's what we could end up with. Was that a day?
Yeah.
Beautiful watch.
I think we got.
You know what I'll get? I'll get a Trump watch.
Hey.
Great investment.
Oof.
Let me show you. Let me just show you that last one there. Kessler just sent me the image. Kessler, if you can make it happen.
We have to wrap up the advice for An and G. What is the final on
No.
No.
I say yes. I say yes. The 1815 Chrono is one of the ultimate watches of all time. I think we should do it.
Even with additional 10K.
I say yes as well.
So root beer, okay, that Lange and 10K.
Try and get it down to 5, but I think that's a much better watch.
10K is a lot of money, Bear.
10K is a lot. I think you can get it down. You can get it lower than 10K, but yeah, if it's me, I will go for the Lange.
There you go, Angie. You heard from the greatest minds of ArchieLuxury.
Lange for the win.
Now, Bear, have a look at this. You want to see something mind-blowing? Look at this is what Kessler wants to do. Fuck.
Oh, beautiful.
Fuck, I get it, Kessler. Do it.
Is that endgame? Is that endgame right there?
No,
you don't need any more.
Come on, Kessler. You've been long enough in this to know that there's no end game.
No, you know what I mean. It'll scratch the itch for a long time.
No, Kessler. This is a fantastic 3-piece meal deal. Fantastic, but not the end of the game.
That'll get you.
You were whining about a 3-hander watch, though. We got to dump the Explorer for an Explorer 2. You need more functionality, Keslow.
No. The Explorer 1 fits me better. Explorer 2 is a little bit fatter, a little chunkier, a little more uncomfortable to wear on the daily. The Explorer is the go-to.
I got to tell you, I think this is perfect. Keslow, it is fucking perfect. You don't need any more. You know what? This will save you thousands because you don't need to buy anything more. Just stop.
I don't like any of those.
Happy. It'll have you happy for about a year.
Uzi doesn't approve, Kessler. He's not happy with your choice here.
You can't flex in those. I need to flex. I need to show my wealth to the pores.
Yes, I feel you. Now
He
that's
works
exactly
in Hollywood.
what I'm going
You
for.
don't want to. You don't
Under
want
the
to
radar.
wrong.
This is the anti-hype, anti-flex collection.
I see that. That's not me. I can't do that.
Which day date do you have? That looked good. What dial was that?
It's a 118-388 with factory diamond dial and bezel.
It's a get out of my fucking way, you poor fuckers watch.
Now,
Kessler,
Uzi was looking at trading that watch in to get a solid gold root beer.
Guinness,
I like that.
actually. Guinness.
I like that. Guinness is good too. Those
the
are
big
beautiful.
problem is when you want to get out of those factory diamond ones, they're fucking hard to get out of.
Not as hard as your Breguet or your JLC.
Any day date is a good decision. Let's just do that.
I agree with that statement.
No, but the problem is, Jay Anthony, they want the 18238 like you've got non-factory diamond. When you add factory,
it's still.
I have that too. I have the 18238 as well. I have the plain one too. Which is 17 times.
Uzi, you should be happy with what you got.
So who has the most toxic watches in our community? Would that be Archie, or there is a person with more toxic watches? Just out of curiosity, just asking. I don't mean to troll him, but is there anyone with more toxic pieces than Archie?
Okay, bye guys.
Take care.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I'm just kidding.
Look, I think it's what you got to buy what you like. The hobby isn't about just money or hype watches. You got to buy watches that you love.
Well, if that's the case, why do you always comment on every watch you review first on how expensive it is?
I got to tell you, sometimes it's the collection, Bear.
Is it? Did you find the passion, and it's about the passion and not the money?
It's about more than the sum of its parts.
But you know, if you put your 5,000 in that watch, you have it for life. It's not about the money; it's about the passion.
Yeah.
Can I offer an opinion, Bear?
Of course, yeah.
So nowadays we all got cell phones. We don't need a watch. The whole point of having a watch for a guy is to flex on motherfuckers. Is that a true statement?
It's a fair statement. I don't know if it's true for everyone, but it's definitely a fair statement. It's a man's jewelry. It's a man's jewelry for sure.
It is.
Well, that's the thing. If you're flexing, though, the Rolex flexes to the non-watch people, so you're pandering to the masses.
True.
And that's all I'm around is the masses. I'm not around socialites.
Well, see, there are people like Kessler. They like to impress the geeks. Right?
For those who know.
For those who know. There you go.
And that's pretty much people on these streams. That's it.
Exactly.
That's a very.
That's so fucking true.
I know.
And occasionally on a movie set.
And I don't know, actually. I don't. That Kessler knows that. Do they even know what the heck you have on your wrist, Kessler?
No.
You got to be discreet. It's Hollywood, Bear. You can't just be. You got to be very discreet how you tell them.
Right.
He had a fight with George Clooney a couple of weeks ago.
No kidding. Tell us about it. That's fucking interesting.
It was a
George
political.
Clooney was wearing a panda, and he looked at Kessler.
Don't let the truth get in the way of a good story.
Kessler was doing lighting, you know, and he goes, "Oh, what's that? Is that under 10?"
Isn't George the Omega boy? He is Omega man.
Yeah.
So how can he wear panda? I'm confused.
Well, they always wear Rolex, but everybody loves Rolex. You know that.
Of course.
That noise isn't me, guys. I'm muted. That's not me.
How can you be fighting with Batman?
He only wears Omega when he's paid to wear Omega.
I think
Is
he
that
likes
how
the
it
brand.
works?
I mean, Omega's not a bad brand. I tell you what's gone through the floor is those solid gold speedmasters. Fucking
Yeah, the
dead.
Sedna gold, they're cheap now. They're half price.
Why are
Yeah,
they
man,
fucking
craziness.
You know, the
And
crazy
gold has
thing is
gone up.
they're more expensive than Rolex gold. Some of
At
the models.
retail, yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Right.
There, you were gonna get one of those. You were hot on that.
Yeah, thank God
Actually-
I did not do fucking that stupid thing.
Real
So,
quick though, Archie, you're a big
Yeah.
watch box guy. I have friends that have the Sedna gold. It's the same box that you get your standard stainless steel Speedmaster in. They're shafting these people.
Fuck.
They need a solid mahogany box, right? What should they get for that level of purchase?
Oh, 100%. You want fucking something special, don't you think, or not? I mean,
You get
it's ludicrous. You know what I mean? It's just fucking lunacy.
honestly, the more I think about Omega, the more I come to conclusion. The only Omega worth buying these days is 321. End of story.
Yes.
I don't know,
Obvious-
guys. Comment.
Obviously, I think First Amiga in space is a cheaper way to go, and I'm just as satisfied, I believe.
How do you like the new Omega, First Omega in space?
I haven't had a chance to see it in person. I understand that the blue-gray dial is something to be mesmerized by, but I haven't yet seen it. But it has some of the same problems as the original First Amiga in space, which is that it has the wrong crystal. It has a sapphire instead of a Hesselite crystal, which bugs me.
Well, it's because they pretty much want to interpretation of the old
Yeah,
watch
they
in the
want
new
modern.
materials. Yeah.
They want modern.
I'll be back in 1 minute. I'll be back 1 minute.
But I'm so satisfied with my First Amiga in space, having swapped the crystal to Hesselite. I know you don't like that,
Well,
but
what's the
anyway.
background noise, guys? What is the background noise?
That's not me. That is not me. I'm muted.
No, I know. I can see you're muted. Is that you, Doc? What the fuck are you doing?
Somebody's
I think
building
that's Doc.
something. No, it's not
Doc,
me.
what the fuck is going on?
It is not me, but I'll go ahead and mute myself as well.
Who's on the side of the fucking road right now?
I think it's Caslow.
No, it's really not.
I don't know what's going on.
You can see that I'm muted.
Sorry, guys. That will be me. I'm so sorry. I'm actually by the street right here.
You are a troublemaker. You're a troublemaker, sir.
There you go.
We wouldn't have guessed it
Now
of
we know.
you.
Sorry. I'll mute myself.
Jimmy thinks that's very ironic that the guy who actually thinks that moon landing was fake loves and talks about the moon watch. How do you feel about that, Doc?
Well, actually, I prefer the First Amiga in space, not the Moonwatch. So
Because that
First
one you
Amiga-
believe it did happen, right?
Absolutely, it went into space. There's no issue
So
about
you're
that at
sticking
all.
with your story. You're sticking with your
Low
story.
Earth orbit.
And even,
Well, he was in a
even the
low Earth
watch-
orbit. It was a planned low Earth orbit, and that's what he did with it. And it was a fantastic watch. I actually like the hands on it too. The hands actually are easier to see, for me anyway, than the professional was when I had it.
I like them better too, actually, to be honest with you. I like the style of the hands much better.
So
It's just a nice looking watch.
I like my 3861. I don't get the hate. It's better quality than a Daytona for less money.
The other thing I like about
I don't think it
I like the
receives
straight
hate.
lugs instead of the super case. I like the straight lugs on the First Amiga in space.
So why do you feel, J. Anthony, why do you feel that it receives hate? I honestly, I tend to believe that's one of the most loved watches. Almost every collector has some type of that one in their collection or had.
Because you said the only Omega worth buying right now is the 321, and I'm counterpointing you.
But
Sir.
listen, I had them all. I'm so fucking bored with Omega. Honestly, I literally had them fucking all. You talk about modern Omega, I fucking had them all.
Did you have a Proploff?
No, I didn't.
There you go. You're welcome. Go pick one up.
Listen, that's a very interesting watch, actually. You're
That's
right.
a very interesting watch.
I have to agree with you. When I said I had them all,
See you
I'm
guys.
talking.
I'm driving. Bye.
Ciao, thank you, Uzi. when I say I had them all, I'm primarily talking about Planet Ocean, Seamasters, Heritage Seamasters, DeVille. I'm talking about the Aquaterras. I'm talking about what else am I talking about? The Wall Times, the fucking yeah. But I never ever experienced the Ploprof, and I do love the new Ploprof very much from the anniversary edition. You know, the summer dials. I haven't seen one in person yet.
Having the little like button to release the bezel is just like a cool gadget. They're not a daily watch, but they're definitely interesting. I hear you. I like Omega a lot, but they're not a watch I'd buy over an equivalent Rolex, even though they're probably better value. Well, they are better value. Let's be real.
You know, I used to like the Speedmaster until a buddy of mine told me that there's a wiener on the dial, and since that I couldn't unsee it anymore, and I stay away from the Speed. There's a wiener. There's a wiener. There's a dick on the dial. So I don't know if you guys noticed it, but ever since then I couldn't unsee that. Yeah.
Where's the wiener?
I have not seen the wiener.
At the 12 o'clock. At the 12 o'clock.
Which watch is this? Has got the wiener?
Wiener. 12 o'clock? What? Oh, it's the penis.
That's yours, Paul. Yeah. That's yours. The 5130.
5130.
Thanks a lot, Erwin. Now I'm looking at a penis on my watch.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Spreading the love. Spreading the love.
That's a good sense of humor.
But
at least it's not like the hands, though. At least it's the loom, not the hands like certain Tudors.
I love that J. Anthony brought up the Ploprof. It's really unique watch. I don't think there's anything comparable to that watch. And you know, funny thing, for the size of the watch,
I can't see the wiener. Where's the wiener, Bear?
It actually,
it's at 12 o'clock.
It doesn't wear extremely big on the wrist because the way it's kind of shaped and designed to go along the wrist. You know what I mean? So I think it's very cool. What did you bring up, Archie? What are you doing?
5130.
Okay. I was joking about the 5130.
I got to tell you seriously, Bear. I think Kesslowitz, this is going to make you so happy. 2 fucking amazing Pateks, just a beta, simple Explorer 1. You never need to buy another watch.
So Archie, while you were sitting on a shitter, you were reflecting on Kesslow's happiness.
That's it. What more do you want? 2 fucking amazing, not just Pateks. These are amazing Pateks. A Rolex just to get life done. There is nothing more you ever need.
I'm thinking the same. I mean, what else? Give me some other options. 5935. I think we're honing in on
all white metals. I like white metals actually now.
If it was me, I would trade the middle one with a 5990, and the just to have a sport watch, and the Explorer one with a Air King, just to have a little bit of wittiness and color.
Fair enough. Okay.
But that's just me.
He doesn't like the numbers on the Air King, although I think I like the Air King, but he finds it too cluttered, he said. I think he's
5990, a little bit of a different budget, isn't it?
Somebody who owns these 3 watches, this is a real enthusiast collector. They're not hype. You know what I mean? There's no Starbucks. There's no
100%.
This is a fucking pure.
They're trying to stay completely under the radar.
This is a 7057, except not as classy. Okay. Erwin and me, we're going to be Breguet bros soon. We've got the same model Breguet.
I don't know if he's okay with that, actually. That might cause some to go sideways with the Omega.
Is it true you're selling your Breguet there, Erwin?
No, I'm not selling my Breguet. Oh, you mean after he buys it?
Yeah.
Even when he buys the same one? No?
It's okay.
WC90.
I love the Breguet, yeah.
$3. Bear, compare ProProf to the Omega Museum Marine. What's the Omega
I know about the Omega Museum officer's watch, but I'm not familiar with the Omega Museum Marine. Sorry, no, not familiar with Omega Museum Marine.
Oh, that's the rectangle one. Oh, this is going to be
I don't
okay.
remember that
are
impressing
really
me as much as a Ploprof, but
this is like an ugly JLC Reverso.
I
been a
see
while
this.
since I've
It
seen it.
looks almost like, yeah, like, oh my God, fucking hell. Archie, you're looking at a completely wrong shit. This is in
Surprise,
Oh,
surprise.
very funny.
interesting. So is that the one, that one? That's what it is, yeah? Is that what it is? J. Anthony?
Yeah, the one I know is that one on the right. It's a rectangle watch.
Right.
Yeah, not for me.
No.
Interesting.
If you like Reversos, you can't like this. I like Reversos. But since I think I caught you, and we may have got you back into a Mega Bear, which is great. Let's look up the Ploprof and let's see if we can find your dial combination. I think we can work this deal.
I want summer dial. That's exactly the one I want.
Summer dial?
Yeah. 100%.
What's happened with the Pro Profs? They have fallen so much.
But to answer to WC90, because he actually super chatted, thank you for super chat. I am really not able to kind of compare these two because I'm not familiar with Omega Museum Marine. If this is the one we showed, I would not like that watch. No. Actually, what the fuck is the one I had that wasn't the reversal? What did I have that you always make?
Squadra.
I had a Squadra that kind of reminds
me of
that.
The square reverso.
I like the Squadras. Well, and you got the Cellini Prince now too, so you still got a square watch or a rectangle.
Yeah, I do have a Prince. I love Prince, but yeah, I think Omega, Ploprof is absolutely unique piece. So
we got a super chat in here. GB 50 Mex. I want to sell Pepsi Tudor Pepsi, and Omega Speedy. Both mint, full set, 6K. Is that fair?
Which Omega Speedy? That's a big question.
Yeah.
I think he just means which Omega. So he's got a Tudor Pepsi.
If it's a reduced, no.
Which one are you talking? That seems a bit low. 6,000.
Because you're thinking professional. It may not be a professional.
Those Tudor Pepsis, you're only going to get like 2,500.
If from a dealer, you're going to get probably 1,500 to 2,000.
And a Speedy, like a 3861.
But
it must be an automatic Speedy.
What if it's not a Speedy Pro? What if it's,
Yeah, if it's reduced, for example.
You got to assume it's the standard Speedmaster professional moonwatch.
What
are you going to get for that? What are you going to get for that? $4,000? Not even.
He says it's a 1861.
Yeah, I mean $6,000. That's pretty much middle of the road.
Yeah, I thought an 1861 would be worth about 4,000 or 5,000, isn't it?
Sounds
4 and then 2 for the Tudor, $6,000.
Might be a little cheap.
It's low. That's wholesale. GB.
Yeah, that's like trade-in prices.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd do it. Why do you need to do it? Why do you need to do this?
Sorry, to answer Frank the Tank, I think there's another watch, the World Timer, that has 150 meter waterproof, which is the Omega World Timer.
Can we go back to the super chat from GB? We need to respect the super chats and give the answer properly before we move to the next one, Archie.
Yep. So I think the price is too low. Is it fair? No, it's not fair. You should be getting 6.5.
If it's from a dealer, that's pretty much that. You're not going to get.
I didn't say it was fair, but is that fair?
No,
it's fair if you're in it's fair if you're in a hurry.
And if you're lazy to sell on your own, and if you don't want to bother and deal with people, you might be. I don't know. I would I do it?
The real question is, what are you getting with the 6K?
Well, he's getting money so he can supercharge Archie.
It's a great
I
investment.
have to agree. The Tudor Pepsi and the Speedy, those once you've had them, those can get boring quick. So I don't blame them for wanting to sell.
You know what? I
For
cannot,
$6,000, that's a beautiful two-piece collection.
I could not care less about these two watches. Fuck, oh my God, how much I don't care about those two watches.
All he needs to do is add a sub and he's done. A sub, no date.
Oh, that is so plain
You're
Jane.
really running for a most boring collection of all times, man.
Yeah, that's just plain Jane. Mediocrity. I mean, they're great watches, but...
The only thing that would improve that would be if you actually have a real Pepsi. That would improve it a little bit. But even then, let's be honest, it would be kind of cool but boring.
What do you want there? A Frederic Constant? Would that make it classy, or an Oris Aquas?
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Come on. Come on. Come on.
How about a Sterling Original?
Oh, man. Jay Anthony, the troll of the week, man, by far.
I'm going to watch my mouth.
Listen, GB. Pontiff will give you final decision on this super chat. Go ahead, Pontiff.
I think, look, I wouldn't do it. Why do you need to do it? Depends what you need to do it for. Is 6,000 fair? Fair is not a word for adults. But that's what dealers will pay. Yeah, it's wholesale. It's low. Do you really need the money that badly? Like it's so horrible.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, that's what I was curious. If you're selling it to get something better, I understand it. Otherwise,
we got Frank the Tank, $5. Panel thoughts on the Vacheron Constantine 7700V. No other world time in the Holy Trinity has 150 meters water. Now I got to be honest with you. So what? I don't know if that means that. Why do you want to take a world time in water?
Wait a second. Omega has a waterproof of 150 meters.
Good
point. But it's not a true world time because it doesn't fucking alternate the city, does it?
This has a very heavy vibe of a Breitling world time.
I tell you honestly, if you want to talk about Vacheron, the most beautiful world time Vacheron does is
the other one is more sporty. I like it.
But this is I've never seen the patrimony version. World time. This is that's the fucking world time to get.
The thing about that overseas is it's bigger than the standard overseas. To fit that complication, they made a bigger case and it's thicker. It's a pretty big piece. I've never seen this patrimony though. This looks.
Can we go back to the watch he's asking about, if you don't mind?
Yes, this is fucking gorgeous.
Not
and
really.
I got to tell you something. Seriously, Bear. Seriously.
Yeah.
I don't understand this here. This is the world time.
Can you make it bigger? Can you put it? Of
course, I can do anything you want. Anything you want, I can do for you.
You're the best, man. You're the best.
So does the inner chapter ring turn like the Pateks do on these overseas?
And I think they
There's
got
a button?
36.
They stack the cities up like that, Jesus.
Because it's got 36. Do you understand? It's got 36 zones.
Oh, I see.
Of course, it has to be stacked up. You see?
I still say it has too much of a Breitling vibe. That's not a compliment.
Right, I figured that, Doc. I figured that.
And it's got some of them in red. You see that there?
I'm a big fan of overseas. I really am, but I have to agree with Doc on this one.
It's got 37 time zones.
You got to go with the blue, wouldn't you say? The blue is the best looking.
Yeah, of course. That's the minimum required here.
That's for the daylight saving, right?
How ugly does it have to be before the number of time zones is irrelevant?
It's hard to read. There's not good legibility on that dial. There's too much going on. It's not BC.
It's just under 37,000 US. That's not terrible, is it?
Probably cheaper on the secondary market.
Yeah. Oh, Vacheron tanks like a bitch. Absolutely tanks.
What is this? It's a 42 mil, right?
Yes.
This looks like it's dropping major.
Oh, and that strap means you're going to be paying a fortune to replace it on the second market because it's got the bespoke lugs.
I hate that proprietary shit they do.
I hate that crap. I avoid those watches.
But it's nice because you have the quick release. You just buy their own, branded stuff.
From
I
all
like
the
how it pops
overseas,
out.
from all the overseas, I think this is least popular.
Doesn't look like a Vacheron. I mean, it's cool, but it's not a VC.
No,
Yep.
I agree. Breitling. This is Breitling, boys.
Yep.
Ooh.
We got a super chat. JD Montreal, $2.80. Where's Eddie, Arch?
Hey, man.
Hey, he comes on. He comes on sometimes.
He comes on, man.
Eddie's okay. We can only try our best. We can only try our best, Bear. That's the way life is. You can only try your best.
You got money flowing here. Money is flowing.
Have we looked at this Breitling long enough, or no?
You're not a fan, I can tell. I can tell from very beginning. Hey, Doc?
No, I'm not. I'm not at this one. No.
How do you feel overall when it comes to wall-time watches?
Well, I mean, I probably would never own one, but if I was going to consider buying one, it probably would be one of the Pateks.
I'm with you on that. I think this is kind of like if I want GMT, I'm buying Rolex.
Yeah.
If I want the wall time, I'm buying Patek.
Yeah. I mean, if that's what you want, you might as well just go and get the best one.
Real
Be
deal.
done with it. Yeah.
The real deal.
And I think every time you look at this watch, you're going to be thinking, too bad I didn't get a Patek.
Exactly. You got to remember, Patek was the first to put the world timer on a wristwatch.
Exactly.
Same with
And the
perpetual
other thought you
calendar.
might have would be, holy shit, I spent all this money on this. I could have got a Breitling.
Right. You might look at it that way. You might say, God, I wish I had a Breitling. I don't know.
You could have had a Sedna Gold Omega Speedmaster, right? An AP Jumbo.
I got to tell you guys, the reality. We got another super chat here. Super chat WC90, $3. Bear comments on the GLashutte Senator Cosmopolitite.
Oh shit! That watch is pretty much opposite of everything I like.
I was going to say, I didn't know Bear liked that one. So
no, God, no. I mean, when it comes to GLashutte, I'll be honest with you, it's a CQs that I'm the only watch that I would consider. When it comes to GLashutte, right? I'm not a fan of the brand whatsoever. For me, it's a Tudor of Germany in certain ways. Tudor of Germany. This watch itself is just. It's a very busy dial. It feels like it feels very Ulysses Nardines like.
And we got Mr. GMT joining us. He is
Mr. GMT.
In the audience, TT. Nice.
How's it going?
You're in the TT.
GMT and the TT.
Correct.
You're looking great, Mr. GMT. You look great.
Thanks, my friend. Thank you. Appreciate the kind words. What's happening? What's going on?
Are we practicing safe driving?
So to finish the response to the super chat, I'd say the problems I see with this watch personally, besides the brand, which is a snobbish reply, I don't like the fact that it's a 44 millimeter. I don't like the fact that it's very thick. I think it's like a 15 millimeters. I don't like the fact that it has a very awkward dial. I don't like anything on this watch. I genuinely don't. It's just it's an attempt to be cool, but it fails
Exactly. Let me give you the skinny on GLashutte. Okay, stay away. Stay away. I tried to be different. I wanted to go off. I wanted to go off, be different than everyone else. I didn't want to get the sub, I went with the CQ. big mistake. The brand doesn't treat you well. Bad customer service. 2-year warranty. Who's doing 2-year warranty? That's a company that doesn't believe in their own shit. Okay.
This piece reminds me of Ulysses Nadan.
Yeah, there's definitely the aesthetics of that. But see, I like you, listener. Then they're not going to overdo it on these type of watches. This is just forcing shit on it that it's not necessary, getting way too busy to prove something, getting watch to be too thick, too big, and completely defeating the idea of the watch. Also, it's not cheap. It's very expensive. That's it. That's my answer to this super chat. You have another super chat, Archie.
We got a super chat. ASB88, £5. Hey, Arch, you treat your pieces well. Does it bother you getting a scuff, big scratch on a watch? Would you polish it out? Also, D-Lugs make great straps. I got to tell you, seriously, I've worn the Bluesy Bear. I tell you something. I put a scratch in it the other day. Actually, I fell over in the kitchen, and you know what? I bought the watch to wear, okay? I bought it
Embrace
to wear.
it.
As I've gotten older, I just think, fuck it. I wear it. That's it. Just wear it, wear it,
It
wear
would
it.
bother me fucking tremendously to get a big scuff scratch on my watch. It would fucking bother me. And I'm not ashamed to admit.
So I have a random story that I think is funny, but nobody else will. When I bought the Grand Seiko in Japan, I actually scratched it up and put a chip in the crystal within 2 days of owning it.
Fuck.
And I did it at a Buddhist nunnery in Hong Kong, and the Buddhist method is life is suffering. And I thought that was just a message to me that I ruined a perfectly brand new watch by banging it into a concrete wall at a Buddhist temple. So
fuck.
It's a good thing, right? It's like, it's poetic. I get it's a life lesson, right?
Yeah, you shouldn't get angry at Buddhist walls. Not good.
No. I spent money in the shop there too. I bought a bunch of their bracelets. So I'm like, how did I earn this bad karma? So I'm here paying it off.
It's unnecessary poetic.
Yes. It was a life lesson. But I fixed it.
I was about to say it's easy enough to fix these big scratches, so just fix it.
Cape Cod cloths and a Brillo pad are awesome.
We got McLovin, $2.80. Mr. GMT, hope your wife is all healed up. Stay sexy. How's your wife going?
Yeah, she's doing well. Thank you, McLovin. She's doing really well now. So, up and up. Up and up. Thank you.
Excellent. Excellent.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Everyone's going quiet. Did I say something wrong?
No.
What's the point, Mr. GMT?
The floor is yours.
We don't want to distract your driving.
You know what the point is? Stay sexy. That's the point.
Okay, I'm gonna highlight Burbinghart's comment. I think this is a fair comment only because I can relate to that comment. It depends on the watch. I'm fine when a Tudor gets scratched. A precious metal dress piece, less accepting. Yeah, of course. That is kind of in my mind as well. If I'm wearing a fucking shitter and it gets scratched, I'm certainly not as affected in my mind as I am if I am wearing a brand new, I don't know, Sky Dweller and fucking things get scratched. Fuck me dead. I'm gonna lie and go, oh well, it's meant to have a battle scars. Oh fuck, I'm a cool watch geek. I don't care. I care.
And that's where Jay Anthony's comment about the Cape Cod is kind of perfect. If it's a shitter watch,
Cape Cod is dangerous shit.
But
man.
if it's a shitter, it doesn't really matter. That
Oh,
it's a
if it's
dangerous.
a shitter, it doesn't really matter. Now, it's true that shitter.
And if it's a high-end watch, you just take it to your watchmaker and you say, "Hey, you need to fix this."
If it's Rolex, I don't even do that. If it's a Rolex, I send it to Rolex. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, if it's a Rolex, it's stainless steel. Just do it. It's not a big deal. And a lot of these people that are so-called experts, they over polish.
Well, my watchmaker doesn't.
No,
my watchmaker does an excellent job, and you still have nice sharp edges when he's done with it. So you just have to
I don't
find
know,
somebody you're
Doc. I'm
comfortable with.
concerned with your quality assurance. To be very honest with you, considering what you do with watches.
Well, I have purchased some that are just heavily polished, and you don't like that, but that's the way they are.
No, I hate that. I fucking hate that.
Although my watchmaker says that he can restore it to the brush surfaces if I'd like. So that's always an option.
That's the option. There you go. There you go. We answered that. I think we answered that fair and square.
I think you got to buy the watch, keeping in mind what it will look like in 2, 5, and 10 years' time.
Good point.
You let your hair go a little longer, didn't you?
Fine.
He looks good, doesn't he?
Day,
Doc,
yeah,
he looks good.
Oh no, it looks good. It's just it's just very different.
He's a good-looking guy, man. The guy's a good-looking guy. Mr. GMT is not the sexiest man on the stream now. The moment Aussie expat jumped on, he is the sexiest fucker on the stream.
Although I do like GMT's car. I do like his car.
I need to up my game. I need to get the lasers on my anus to go full hairless down there. Then we can talk about sexy.
I've taught you well. I've taught you well.
You're going to change your ringtone. I understand.
Okay, I understand. That's good. That's a good one. That's really good.
You have a super chat, big boy.
Super chat. Where have you been? We got Frank the Tank, $5. PP is milking GG in his grave with the Cubitus. Lazy effort. If it wasn't Patek Philippe, would it still have the hype? Bell & Ross is more original in design.
I'm the last
Philippe
person to ask about
Gerald
this.
Gentra in the grave with the Cubitus. Ooh.
See, I like the Cubitus more than the Nautilus. So...
I do too. I just saw it in Taipei. It looked actually pretty nice in person.
Gentlemen, thank you for having me. We'll take it again soon. Stay sexy.
Stay sexy.
Take it easy, Mr. GMT. And enjoy the car as often as possible.
Enjoy the cars.
Oh, what's he in there? What's GMT in there?
He's in a TT, an Audi TT.
Nice.
Fun, very fun.
Yeah.
So what do you think, Paul, Archie, about the Frank super chat?
Look, I got to tell you, man, I think it's like a lot of designs. It's very hard to accept because we love Patek. He sort of I think Frank is looking for something. You know what? The Vacheron is much cooler. That overseas Vacheron is a very nice looking sports Patek. It's a very nice looking sports watch. Patek wouldn't do that. I think it's one of these things. The design grows on you. It takes time. It takes time, and that's the reason I love the hobby, is that I don't instantly love things or hate things. It takes time. A lot of things I hated that I now love. There.
That's a good point.
I love Cubitus very much. I still like Aquanaut and Nautilus. Those are my favorite Patek watches. But that's the style I appreciate from Patek. I am certainly not the guy that goes for the watches like Tan and Cashflow and Archie. I think they are just answering the market request from people who are looking for more options when it comes to the sports watches from Patek, and it's going to be success regardless. Now, when it comes to comparing it with Nautilus and the Aquanaut, I think it's too early to do that because it's it's extremely new products. It needs the time to live to be properly compared. Right now, it's extremely hyped and hot on the secondary market. So everyone seems to want it, even though everyone was kind of shitting on it. But where it's going to be, you need to look at that in about 2 to 3 years and then understand in the big scheme of things what Patek is doing with this. We will also see how the actual collection develops, what they're going to do with that line. And we will see if the Nautilus actually stays or gets discontinued. All those things are possible, and all those things are going to be able to be understood only after certain time passes.
We've got a super chat here. This is a great super chat. Caruso IT. Hello, guys. What do you think of the GLashutte Deep Sea Chronograph? Reference 2068570. I nearly bought one of these, Bear. Have a nice night. Very
Thank you, Caruso.
retro.
Yeah, these are good looking. I was looking at these when I got my Speedmaster. These are quite cool.
On the secondary
Respectable
market,
brand,
they are
JLC.
soft as they can't bear. They are soft. JLC has such amazing
Yeah, but that
watches.
can be positive in certain aspects because you can pick up a really good watch at a good price. So just in this case, we determined that it should be purchased on secondary market. That's the number one. And number two, you look into the watch and give him your opinion.
I think it's fucking beautiful. I love JLC chronographs. I think they're amazing. And,
the only issue I have with this watch from the start
is it available in gold?
Sorry. That's a good one.
Is that an AM PM indicator in the top 12 o'clock position? What's that center dial?
I think so.
So I had that on my reverse, and it was the most useless complication I've ever had on a watch. It literally was a disc that rotated.
That's pretty funny. I mean, I 100% get you there, because that's the only thing I don't like about date watches. When setting, I have to worry about the AM PM, and then if the watch is only presenting AM PM, it's just there to fuck you off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they never get it quite aligned with daylight savings time or time zone, so you're always like a little bit off.
Are you guys bothered with the divers being chronographs?
Yes, I am.
What about the rest of the guys?
Well, I'm not, but I'm a big chronograph fan, so.
You guys criticized my crowns on the fucking JLC that I got. That's a diving chronograph. It's got the big crowns because it's got the locks, Bear. The locks. You understand?
I'm more bugged by chronographs with a date window. That's what bugs me.
I think they just make the chronograph for the dress watches, and then they want to sell it in more lines, so they make watches like this. They're like, all right, just come up with something in a sports range that we can use this chronograph in.
But so Doc, to your point, wouldn't you rather have a date indicator on this than an AM PM indicator? Because you can look outside and see what time of day it is, but you might forget the date.
Not if you're spelunking.
I understand what you're saying,
All
but
right, fair point. You're in a cave. Thank you, Erwin.
I prefer that it's just a pure chronograph without any of that. But I get your point.
The chronograph geeks, they want them to be mechanicals, and they don't want anything on it but chronograph.
Mm.
They don't even want them automatic.
No, I prefer manual. You're right.
Exactly. Because you are chronograph geek.
True.
Then why doesn't he like my fucking JLC then, Bear? If he's such a chronograph geek.
I'm a chronograph geek, but I have my limits.
Aesthetics. They're not the greatest artists. Sorry, they fail.
How would you sell like a newbie on a JLC? Like the brand? You got to sell a newbie on the brand before you sell them.
Well, you would probably start with the famous bullshit watchmaker, and prestigious brand that was involved.
Patek quality at Rolex money.
Blah blah, exactly. All that garbage.
They don't even know what Patek is. The average punter.
No, it's not.
Remember they used to say, "Oh, all the guys at Patek, all the guys working at Patek were JLC." All the watchmakers.
I think his point is you should feel really bad for conning somebody into getting one. That's what you're saying, I think.
Honestly, JLC to me is reversal. Get a reversal and done and over. Why fuck around?
I agree.
I regret selling my reverso. Yeah, I agree.
What reverso did you have, J. Anthony?
240 818, I think it was. It was the highest complication one they made in 2008. It was the GMT dual face. It had AM PM power reserve, double digit date. It was cool.
I love that one. That's a grande, right?
Yeah, it was. It's a grand. It's a big size. I don't know why I sold it. I'm still angry at myself.
Even a
pay back that
reverso is
credit
very
card. You had
hard
to pay back. Had to
offload
make
these
sure there was
days.
no debt. Every inch of debt had to be gone. Jay Anthony.
I
You
somehow
know what?
don't
You know
think
what?
he's sorry for that.
I put it as down payment on this. So
On what?
Ah, okay.
when I
On
bought
what?
this, I
You
traded it in
can't
towards
keep
this.
everything, Jay Anthony. You can't keep everything. You know. It's the
I
biggest
could have.
regret.
I could have. I felt weird about having that much money in watches, and what did I do?
So
I bought more.
is that the watch you missed the most from those that you sold?
The one that I bonded with, yes. The one that I
They
missed the
haven't
most
gone
is
anywhere, but Jay Anthony, the JLCs haven't
Can
gone
you
anywhere.
let him answer
Really.
the question, fuckface?
so the dumbest thing I ever did is I had a stainless steel 4130 black dial Daytona that I sold for $8,500 in 2014, and I'm still angry at myself for losing that watch. I didn't like it very much, but I was a sucker for selling it. And I put it as a down payment on my house, Archie. That's where people take money that they have in assets and they convert that to actually pay for other things versus taking out more loans.
Yes.
Archie, which watch do you regret selling the most?
Ooh.
Oh, bear. You know what? If the biggest regret in life is selling some watches, oh fuck, your life
Don't
isn't that
fucking
bad.
philosophize too much. Just answer the fucking question.
I gotta. Okay. We got Mr. GMT on the screen there, full screen. The best.
Oh, look at the plates. Nice.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
How many people live in Northern Territory?
I gotta tell you,
How
Bear.
many
Probably
cars?
the gold sub, Bear. The gold sub.
I thought you were gonna say Maserati Daytona or
Yeah, no, that. I think the
Explorer.
gold sub was so. I loved it. I should have
That's a
kept
nice
it. I should have
interior.
kept the fucking thing.
You have a
Beautiful.
supercharged, big boy.
Oh, the BBS rims. Good choice, GMT.
Well, that came with it. They've been on there for about 24 years or something.
Those are very tasteful. They're period correct. Yeah.
Sean Snowden, does anybody know if the gold oyster quartz has solid or hollow links?
Doc?
If you're talking about the ones they built in the 70s and 80s, which they all are, they're hollow.
Yeah.
That's the way they did all the Rolexes back then, with solid gold bracelets.
Thank you, gentlemen. We have another super chat from Frank the Tank.
You've really done that car up there.
Yeah,
Looks beautiful. Looks brand new.
Yeah, it looks brand new. Yeah, it does. A lot of people say that to me. Read the super chat, big boy.
Frank the Tank, $2. For a moment, I thought Nicolas Cage is on the panel.
I think that's a reference to me.
I believe so.
So you did the interior. Tell me what you've done.
I changed all the panels were cracked. Everything. Like I changed all the paneling. I changed did the seats. I got the seats. The trims are Napa leather from Sydney. Got it sent up here. Got a guy to put them up here. I done I restored the paint as much as I could. Redid the wheels because they were gutter bashed. So I went and they were scratched up and I fixed all those. I pretty much did the whole thing: the engine, suspension, brakes, everything.
How much
right
you put
through.
into this baby? How much have you put in?
Well, the whole thing. I've also got extra Haldex units. So I've got 2 Haldex units, which is it's the drivetrain for the motor. So I've got 2 of those. I've got a spare roof. It's a convertible. A few other spare parts that I've bought, but I spent all up about 35, all up with buying the car. So
I hate
that's
to interrupt,
that's Australian. That's
car
Australian
talk.
dollars. That's Australian dollars. So
I really hate interrupting a car talk. I always enjoy good car talk, but we have a super chat.
Here we go. Rich Mitch, £5. Fuck me dead. I just sold my pole router on Chrono 24 and checked it over. The date is changing at 8:30. What do I do?
It needs a service. There's no other way to get around it. It needs a good service. It could be damage to the date disc or the change cam.
But
Sounds like
guys,
somebody was getting it.
Do you see the predicament here, boys? He sold it. This watch is sold.
Well, the thing is too, sometimes if it has a full charge, they sometimes can charge. They can change later. They don't always change exactly at 12. They normally have 8:30 is a bit early, but
the person who bought it may not notice.
Ooh!
Ouch! You could take it.
That was a joke.
You could take it to your watchmaker and find out if it's something simple.
Yeah, definitely. And I would definitely disclose that to a buyer. You have to let him know and see what action they would like to take. That would be my advice, but sounds like a service issue.
Yeah, that usually happens when you're setting the date between like, what is it, like 8 o'clock and midnight, where it gets stuck and it causes damage to the cam.
Correct, which is good advice, especially on some older watches, boys. Super chat from Uzi Metal Cock.
Uzi Metal Cock, $2. Show us your new unique cross tattoo, Mr. GMT.
Oh yeah. Okay. Got my kids' names around it. Yeah, I got my kids' names around it.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah. I had the cross prior, but I just got the kids' names put around it and because I got it in 2007, the tattoo, and it needed restoring, so I went and got that done too.
How much does it cost to restore the tattoos, Mr. GMT?
Well, I'm quite lucky. I got a special deal from this guy. Just to get the tattoo originally in 2007 was $450 Australian. And then I ended up getting it redone now with the names on it, and it cost me $350 after how many years? Yeah, so it's not too bad.
Can you come and detail my cars? By the way, your car looks immaculate. I'm embarrassed of what's in my garage right now.
What the way that I treat this thing is like phenomenal. It's OCD to the next level. Seriously, guys. But that was 30,000 Australian. So what would that be conversion? I spent
20 American. 20 American.
20 American. That's what I spent.
It's so hard to keep clean.
Yeah, that's why that's why I'm OCD. And I tried to, if you notice, I tried to match the seats in with the rest of the interior, so it all blends in nicely.
Looks lovely.
Yeah, you know, so it all just does that. But anyway, guys,
you need a black sub for this one, or your black GMT.
Yeah, you do. At the moment,
he doesn't have his black GMT. He sold it to get his Pepsi.
Oh no! You need a black one.
Baby.
There you go, right there, just for you, Bear.
When did you get this, Mr. GMT? I don't remember you having a steel one. I don't remember this. When did you get this?
Timely Behavior helped me get it. Was it last year or the year before? I can't remember. Last year, I think.
You know what this car needs? What watch? Black Daytona.
Yeah, Black Daytona would look really good. Yeah, you're right. The black one. The black
Daytona would be a perfect watch for this car.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, GMT, that Pepsi is the perfect watch for you with the Superman. It's
that's me.
That's
you know the customers. And I've even got the pink. Look at this. I've even got the pinky ring. Got the chain.
Nice, man.
Got everything.
Ballin'.
Yeah,
that's nice, man.
Yeah, it's my day off, man. I like to treat myself. You know, I'm just sick of staying at home and just get out and do things. Live life.
Shit, man. You know what? You work hard. You deserve to buy some toys, man. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Guys, I know how hard you work, Mr. GMT. I really mean that.
Yeah, thank you, my friend.
Good for you.
Yeah, I try very hard. I try very hard for my family. My family means everything to me. But in the process, you got to treat ourselves too, you know. So that's how I see it. Guys, I'm going to go. I've derailed the show. Thank you very much for having me. Stay sexy, and we'll talk again soon. Ciao, boys.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful. Congrats. Enjoy
it easy, GMG.
Thank you.
Archie, that's a gorgeous fucking car.
It is very gorgeous. I love the TTs. I always loved them.
So, Bear, I know you have a deep love for all things automotive. What do you daily, sir?
Volkswagen Jetta, which is 2000 and fucking, what is it? 2015. No, 2015. Good.
That really complements the meteorite you have. I get the pairing.
Absolutely. Most of my watches are more expensive than my car.
I'm figuring that out. Yeah.
It depends where you live, whether or not a nice car is nice to have. I'd say in Las Vegas, it kind of sucks. Like the roads, they're not as bad as Washington State, but you're just talking rock chips galore. None of it's fun.
Let me put it this way about my car. If someone scratches me or bumps me, I couldn't fucking care less.
That is luxury. I'm not even being flippant. I've had cars like that. They're really relaxing to drive because you don't care.
Yeah, man, it's a stress.
It's true. It is. I agree with you. It's true.
And no issues. And no fucking issues.
I don't feel that way about my cars. I'm always worried about parking them in the wrong spot. So I hear you. That does make sense.
Hey, Jay Anthony, you ever park your car like at the opposite end of the lot where no one else is, and then you go in whatever the store and you come out and some jack has parked their car right next to yours?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll actually do you one better. When I used to have that bright yellow Corvette, I parked it way out, and a lady pulled up in a Panamera next to me, and I'm like, "Oh, good, my car will be protected." And I came out and I watched her literally hit the back of my car, scrape my back bumper, and drive away. So I had a hit and run and a lady in a Porsche Panamera. So that was fun.
Wow. But you
Paul,
got the plates,
I'm not a car guy, but
No, I didn't.
I love cars. I don't own any, but I'll go on Turo and I'll rent some cars every now and then.
Well, that's
And
probably
I want you to.
thing.
I want you to. Oh yeah, I could try. I've rented Corvettes, M4s, Panamera. I've rented a bunch of stuff. But there's one I'm dying to.
Turo seems to be dying. There's not many options on Turo.
Oh, it's pretty popular here in LA. I want you to pull up my my dream car.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. We will do that for you.
Bear didn't know you were a car guy.
Audi RS6 Avant. The wagon.
Audi RS6 Avant. Let's get this baby.
It's one of the nicer looking wagons. If you just have to have a wagon, it's one of the nicer looking wagons.
But Doc, what you're really thinking is E39 M5 touring with a manual in the V8, right? That's what you're really thinking? We should suggest to him?
Yeah.
I don't know how much of a car
That's the
guy.
old one. Pull up
What
the
was
new
it again?
one.
Audi
RS6. RS6.
RS6.
It's got the V8 bi-turbo. The Mercedes.
You've been
This is the same thing in a Lamborghini Avant.
You've been talking to Hoff on Smash, haven't you?
Oh yeah,
Indeed.
yeah. Hoff is also hot on this one, on this car. It's beautiful, and the sound.
Why do
it's got the
Why do you have to have a
roar.
wagon?
Oh, it's fucking
Like, why do you need a wagon?
You don't need any of it. It's just cool.
No, the wagon. Wouldn't you get a sedan? Like we're criticizing. See, wagons are kind of
0 to 60 in 3.0.
No, but the wagon, the sedan would do the same if it was a sedan version. Why do you want a
They
wagon?
don't make it in a sedan. They actually
Yeah.
don't make this in a sedan.
This is better. And you remember the old E63 wagons with the rear-facing seats in the third row?
Yes, that's the competitor to this.
You put your kids back there and you race somebody, and then they flick off whoever you're passing. It's like the perfect car situation, Archie.
That's the Mercedes alternative. That looks really cool too.
Are you planning on having 3 kids? Is that what it is there, Keslow? I mean, if you are, that's fine. There's no hate. I'm just asking.
I mean, if you're gonna get something nice, I mean, the only thing to really get is a Porsche 911, but it's just not practical.
You're in LA, right?
Yeah.
How do you get around? When I was in LA, it's fucking really weird city. It's like spread all across. If you don't
Very
have a
spread
car,
out.
how do you get
Oh
around?
no, everyone
without
has a car. No, everyone has a car.
Oh, how do you
There's
get
some people
around?
that take.
Everyone
I
has a
mean,
car.
He's got a
That's how you get around.
Subaru. He's got a Subaru.
No,
man.
no,
He's got a
Archie, I'm
Subaru.
not
I
kidding.
drive.
Seriously, I'm not trolling. I'm just curious. How do you get around?
Everyone
drive.
drives. I drive. Yeah.
Oh, but you said you don't have a car.
I
Not a
do. I
good
do. I have
car.
I have my
Not
Subaru
a car.
Outback.
He just doesn't have a nice
Oh,
car.
okay. You mean you
No
don't have a
offense.
luxury car? That's what you meant.
Yes. Yes.
By the way, which Subaru you have?
Outback, baby.
That's a nice car.
See-
What are you talking about? That's a fucking beautiful car.
See, I'm already in the wagon game. I'm trying to stay in my lane.
You like the wagon.
Yes.
Yeah, we have a super chat. from
Wagons and
Ministry-
paddocks, baby. Wagons and paddocks.
There you go. That's a good one. Super chat from Ministry of Defense.
Ministry of Defense. Here we go. Ministry of Defense. 12 euros. Bear, your thoughts on the Cartier dual time movement, please. I know you're getting one, and I'm also considering. However, I'm seeing mixed thoughts on the movement. Your thoughts, please.
Yeah, see, you're touching on the most critical element of this watch in a watch community, right? So the biggest criticism of this watch is that it's not in-house movement. So So how do I feel about it? Well, in all honesty, I don't buy Cartier for movements.
This is the Santos, isn't it?
This is the Santos Dual Time, yeah. So this one features so-called caliber 1847, which is automatic movement, which is developed and manufactured in a house. But I mean, it's a modified, it's outsourced movement to accommodate this dual time complication. So they did not produce a new one. And obviously the geeks will have reservations about it. But I look at it positive, right? That outsourced movement has its advantages. It has, for example, longer power reserve than the caliber 8047. So it's a 40, I think this one is 48 hours power reserve. This is 42 hours for the caliber 1847. And it's a really not enough for me to turn me against this watch, because to begin, the Cartier in-house movement is not so superior to this one at all. I think the watch itself is, they managed to keep the identical size and thickness of the watch. I think maybe thickness is just a 0.5 millimeter difference, but nothing that actually will have an impact. So from my perspective, this is not sufficient to make you to go against buying this watch. I stick by that. I bought it. I just didn't pick it up. So I am getting this watch. Yes.
7.8K on the secondary market at the moment.
I buy it from AD for a slight discount, but in the same time, it contributes to my overall status in the AD. So that's my way of thinking on this as well.
Interesting. We've got another super chat here from Frank the Tank, $2. And thoughts on the AMG 63 W204, last of the Super V8s. Let me get this.
So I have a friend who has one of these, and he knows how to work on cars, and I would say I would never buy one of these unless you can fix it. They have head bolt issues, they have camshaft problems, and that generation of C-Class is also known to be kind of the lowest of the low. Like, I've known people where the wiring has like burned itself up, and they're not known to be terribly well built, but they sound amazing. I would say if you really want an naturally aspirated Mercedes, I actually appreciate the W211, the E-Class. You can get the Touring or you can get the sedan. It's the same engine, and I think it sounds just as good, and the tuning on these things is great. If you want an unreliable Mercedes, then might I suggest a S65. But I mean, these things sound incredible, but legitimately they have known problems, and I believe a new block from Mercedes is about 50,000 USD if they go wrong, and you can't get one. So I know shops that do motor work, and they've waited 6 months for a block from Mercedes. So they're just like the E90 version of the M3 of this generation. They're also known for blowing motors. They sound great, but they've depreciated for a reason. They sound amazing.
Plus, it's really another reason you advocate the Corvette, because you can fix it on the cheap.
I mean, you guys are gonna hate me for this, but my dream car is this one.
I can't see what it is.
Is that
electric?
Electric.
Yeah, you guys are gonna hate me for this, but this is my dream car.
Looks like a thick Ferrari / SUV, baby. What is it?
The Electra, a Lotus Electra.
Oh, sorry. How do I do this?
So I respect you. What about it speaks to you?
Well, it's number one, I love SUV, and number two, it's electric and it's pretty fast. Well, I'm not the type of guy who actually like the room sound. So I like it peace and quiet.
What color would you get?
White. Definitely white. White and black.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, white is the safest car. They've done studies on car accidents. The white cars get in the least accidents and are the least pulled over. You're least likely to get pulled over in a white car.
That's probably the best advice I've got for you.
Only problem is some might say it's the least exciting.
So here are the
We got
just
a
to show
super
you
chat,
guys a bit
Ministry
of
of Defense.
what.
€2.50. Thanks, Bear. Thank you, Bear. Indeed. Thank you, Bear.
Thank you very much, Ministry of Defense. I think you'll enjoy the watch, especially if you are Cartier fan. And also, I think it's a proper jet set style of travel watch. It's significantly classier than any GMT watch is offered.
Hey, watch chat. What giveaway have you got on your channel? You got a thing, promotion, currently doing a giveaway.
Yeah, go check it out.
Check it out. There you go. Watch chat.
Check it out,
guys, after this video, after this stream.
So Archie, I need your advice. I hear you've had a lot of bad luck with AP, and there's an offshore safari right now that I'm fighting not to buy. What was your experience with AP, and is a Royal Oak a safe investment?
Look, I think AP makes lovely stuff.
Can you bring up
right?
that watch on screen while you're giving advice?
Royal Oak Offshore Safari. I have an option on one now that I'm fighting my instincts to buy.
Offshore. Wow.
The Safari, right?
Safari.
Look, AP makes beautiful stuff. The problem with AP is that a lot of their chronographs are module. I'm not sure if these are a module chronograph. It fits on top, but
Too
they
much
basically
background noise, Archie.
Yep. They won't sell parts to anybody. I think you've got to factor in the fact that it has to go to AP for anything servicing. You wouldn't want anyone else to touch it. And that can be, $2,000 to $3,000 easily. It doesn't take much to escalate. Look, you've got to treat it like it is. This is the best way I can describe this watch. It's like those Lamborghinis from the 80s. Remember those big SUV fuckers?
Oh, yes. The LM0002.
They
whatever
look
it's called.
beefy, monstery, right? But the funny thing is they're actually quite delicate.
Yep.
And AP, even though this is a big chunky watch, it actually uses ultra thin movements in a lot of places. So that means the tolerances can be a little bit funny, right? And in all honesty, it looks like a big chunky watch that's tough and robust. You've got to go into it knowing this is a very delicate watch and it costs a fortune. If you go into it, look, I wouldn't say don't buy it. If you love an AP Royal Oak Offshore, by all means, but just be understanding. It has to go to AP. I would basically, when was it last serviced? That's the first question you've got to ask. When was it serviced and by who?
Also, the thing with this movement, just the module chronograph, they put the date on the lower plate, so it's like you're looking through a tunnel, with that date. I know they have the little glass there like a Rolex, but I don't know. This watch is a little.
How much is it? They're very cheap. They're cheap for what they are.
15 grand?
No, it's 18.
18.
When was it last serviced?
I'd have to ask. Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah. Look, I don't think it's a terrible watch, but you've just got to realize, hey, it can be. You send it to AP. They do a good work. They do good work. It's just that they are very delicate. Would I buy one? I would never buy any AP unless it was cheap.
Okay. That's kind of where I thought you were going to go.
But the funny thing is, the strange thing is, I've found Patek, which is, you would think they're pretty delicate. I found them. I've had a number of Pateks and I've serviced Pateks that they weren't terribly ridiculously. I mean, they're not cheap to service. Don't get me wrong. But I
think Patek is a lot more robust than people say. And so they just activated a 5-year warranty. They're pretty rock solid.
We have a super chat from Thomas Burnett. Great reminder.
Thomas Burnett, £10. Remembering the memory of Blue Shirt Buddha today. 3 years since he passed. The golden years of watch YouTube. Don't sell your bluesy, AC3. It could be your one and done. Never sell Rolex. Blue shirt Buddha. 3 years. Holy fuck,
3
man.
years.
What a guy. A legend in the verse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Time flies.
Amazing, Bear. It's gone so fast, hasn't it? I lovely guy, you know, lovely guy.
Truly.
And always a nice comment. He was a great panelist as well. He loved his watches. You know, the thing I loved about Blue Shirt Buddha was he didn't have to own everything to love watches. He didn't criticize things he couldn't afford. He was just a really top bloke. He had a few watches he loved, and that was it. He loved his. What did he have there? He had an Explorer 2 and an Explorer 1. He sold those to get the bluesy. And he also, what was the orange monster he had, Bear? You remember
He had
the
a
orange
Doxa,
monster?
but it wasn't.
Doxa.
Well, it wasn't orange though. His was blue shirt.
Yes. Yes.
But yeah. And
great guy.
I think he had a Speedy.
So, J. Anthony, tell us a little bit about this watch. Obviously, you have done some research. What appeals to you? What concerns do you have? I have to admit, knowing your watch history and being following you on your YouTube channel for a very long time, this comes a little bit as a surprise. A little bit
It's
out
box
of
papers.
Yeah, it's box
papers.
To be honest, this is a little busier than I would envision you'd be interested in.
So you mind sharing with us how did you get to this? What's the thinking? What appeals to you? What's going on?
Yeah, so I mean, transparently, I've always been afraid to own one. So when it comes to the Argento designs, I mean, the Nautilus is a nice watch. Don't get me wrong. I've always been a Royal Oak guy. I've always thought this was my favorite kind of 70s Argento design. I've liked the standard one, the standard Royal Oak, and I've always liked the Chrono. And I remember Archie, when you had yours years ago, your standard Royal Oak, what a nightmare that was for you. I also have a friend in my watch community that had one, and like you said, they have the modules, and his was a nightmare. But I understand the newer ones are more robust. And then I'm in a watch group now where I have friends of mine that own, like, I kid you not, like 20 APs. And they have tourbillons and open hearts and the music and all the stuff. So they're so comfortable with them and they rave about them. And it's like, I've always wanted one of these, but I've been too afraid to own it and deal with the consequences of I've heard they're terrible service wise. They're just bad customer service. But it's kind of at a point where it's like, there's one in front of me. I like the price and I've always kind of wanted one. So I'm like, should I go for it or not? Because I've held off for a long time. And I like extremes of watches. So I've legitimately liked huge Breitling Avenger 2s, and I've liked my Patek 5196 and everything in between. I have really odd taste, and I just love the look at this watch. I just love the Royal Oak.
Well, I would say life is
That's your
short.
answer
If
then.
it's something you've always liked, you should get it.
Yeah, that goes your answer.
We have a super chat and we have an echo. So we have both. We have a super chat and a big echo. So the question is about the date, boys. The date question.
Sean Snowden, £5, 18238 solid links, or do you have to go for the 118238?
You have to go 118238, and you have to go mid-cycle, I think, on the 118238 to get the fully upgraded
because they
one.
use the older bracelet. They have that newer clasp, and the funny thing is, they didn't just change it straight away. It was a strange. Normally, when they do the new model, they change the clasp or they do the improvement. But yeah, it's a bit of a tricky thing. But I wouldn't be so hard on solid links or not. They're still.
Isn't this the first date that actually has a quick set?
Double quick set.
No,
double quick set for day and for date, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, 18038 was a single quickset. 18003 was non-quickset. 18038 was the first sapphire crystal, the first single quick, and then the 18. What is it? The 18238 is the
18038 was the first sapphire and also single quickset.
Single quick. Yep.
And then the 18238 was the double quickset. It's
And last of the brush lugs.
I was about to say also that I think the whole solid link thing is overrated, but that's just me. I'm a vintage guy, so that's just me.
You like them jingly, jangly, jingly, jangly, Doc?
Some of mine are jingly, jangly. I like my Jubilee bracelets on occasion.
Here's a 30-year-old one with 30 years of stretch. I think he'll be fine.
It's not bad.
But I like the oyster bracelets on my vintage pieces, and yeah, it's not a problem.
J. Anthony, forget this AP shit. Go Patek, baby. What are you doing?
Fucking Kessel woke up.
What are you doing?
I'm
You're
also
venturing off.
No, well, I didn't say I wasn't. I'm also looking at Pateks as well.
Why are you not looking at the proper Royal Oak? Why are we seeking offshore?
I just think this is cool. I like the white dial with the brown strap. I mean, whatever. I think it's neat.
He said he's always wanted a chrono. So.
Well, and all my friends have the blue dial jumbos and stuff too. So that to me, I mean, I like those too. But my Tissot Powermatic 80 scratches that itch for me.
You want?
How about a
something
5172? Step it
You
up.
want-
5172.
You want something different though, is it what I'm hearing? Off the beaten path.
I do tend to buy stuff other people don't like, with the exception of the Speedmaster. I don't like having common stuff. That is a fair criticism.
Well, that's actually cool. I think that's something I always appreciated about your YouTube channel, exploring and going in the directions that are not necessarily predictable. I like that about Archie as well. He was willing to go in a direction that is not following the crowd. For sure. I like that. I appreciate that. I respect that.
And just like a comedian, sometimes you step over the line, and it's to be understood, but you can still appreciate the effort.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, and I mean, bear the fact you have a Cellini Prince in your meteorite. Like I think you have incredible taste, and obviously you, Doc, with your vintage pieces. So I say a lot of respect. My real honest concern with this watch is the same reason I don't own a Range Rover. It's not because I'm worried about the cost. I'm not worried about the depreciation. I'm worried about it being annoying to own. Like, I don't want this watch to break in 6 months. It spends 5 months
Bro,
at AP.
you're already worried about it. Forget it. Forget this garbage. What other watches are you considering?
You're very biased.
20 grand.
You're very biased, Cashflow. You do realize that, eh?
This is a chunky monkey. It's just not a comfortable watch, also.
But that's really there's reason for chunky
Jay
monkeys.
Anthony's a big guy.
Don't forget, it's got rubberized, vulcanized rubber pushers, which is stupid.
I was wondering when that's gonna come, because it's.
I like integrated chronographs. Let's talk integrated chronographs.
That's gonna last you a short time.
You know, Clive, I like the Navy themes. Do you actually like the Safari more than the Navy themes, Jay Anthony?
Well, show us the.
I do. Yeah, let's show.
Because I like the Navy themes.
You're not going to tell me that Clyde had an offshore. I don't remember that.
Yeah, he had exactly Navy themes, exactly.
Oh, that's
and he
right,
had the bracelet for it too. He really loved it.
Until he got rid of it.
I mean, it's cool, but
I remember, Paul, when he unboxed it and he just showed the corner and you saw the green box. And you got the AP.
I personally like this better than Safari. But that doesn't mean I like it. It's just
I like the Bumblebee too.
Oh, fuck no.
Sorry.
All right, guys. I think I'll make a move. I think I'm causing too much disruption here.
You're not causing disruption. What are you talking about?
The noises and first time using my phone too.
Now that we fixed it, you're gonna leave. What the fuck?
You're a great addition
I'm
to the
I'm gonna
panel.
drive now. I'm gonna drive now. See, I'm gonna drive now.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, catch you guys later. Next time.
Thanks for
Bye.
coming on, eh? Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks, everyone.
See you then. Thanks, guys. Bye.
We have a super chat from our favorite rancher.
Favorite rancher. Thank you so much. Fike Bear. There
Thank
we
you,
go.
rancher.
$2. I didn't even look at it. I just, as soon as you told me who it was, Fike Bear. There it was.
Fuck me.
Well, at least you know he's listening to you, Bear.
When it comes to offshores, the one I like is the one that Hofper has, Hofmaster, the music edition. I think it's pretty cool. Offshore.
You know what? If I had to get an offshore, you're right.
And I tried it on.
Yes.
It wears really nice. It's not oversized or whatever. The size is proportional. So it feels good on the wrist. You want to show the music edition, Archie?
Yeah, I got to tell you, I actually also love.
Why?
I love the.
Why, J. Anthony? What do you see in that one that does not appeal to you?
I think it's too playful for me, and I'm a serious guy.
It is playful, no question about it. There is definitely element of corkiness, or
I would just get a jumbo. I would just get a jumbo.
Right.
J. Anthony, what about the carbon, the offshore carbon? Would you mess with that, the chrono? You got to have the wrist for it. I think it's a 44 mil.
Let's
pull that one up. Paul, pull it up. The carbon fiber. It has titanium pushers, I think.
I mean, the other watch competing
Offshore,
for this
offshore.
is a Richard Long. So what do I know? I like these in stainless.
No, go to the offshore. That's the diver.
I like the diver in stainless.
The offshore.
The chrono, I mean. The chrono. Sorry, I mean the chrono.
Yeah. That's with the titanium.
Yeah, could you pull that one off? You can get those in the low 20s.
That's a big fucker.
But that's cooler than the fucking Safari and the other one now.
It's starting to look a little Hublot.
I think for 99% of people it is. I like the brown and the white. I like it's different, but I get that you guys don't. I respect it.
Brown is cool. I gotta respect. There's not a lot of brown, in most watch dials. So
I don't need another chronograph, but I like it. And honestly, the thing with the problem with the Royal Oak to me, and this is a dumb problem, is it has a dial laid out of a 7750. Every time I look at this watch, I think it's an out of movement, even though I know it's not.
It's incredible stuff, but the thing about these APs are they're toxic. They're just. I think the problem is like Hoff is hugely into APs, and I love them. But you've got to realize if you were buying an AP cheap, if you can't afford to buy a new AP, you definitely can't afford to buy an AP cheap. Let me just say that to you. And I could have, for the fucking money I spent on my 14, I had a 14790. I could have got a fucking 15300, which would have been, because the thing is too, let me say this to you. You've got to be fair. That AP you're looking at, it's fucking, how old is it now? That's fucking 15 plus years old, 20 years old, isn't it?
I think it's like a 2012, if I remember when I looked at it.
So these things here, like 2012, that's fucking 12 years. Well, what do you expect from it? It's old now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
if it was a Rolex or a Patek, it would make no difference. Because it's an AP, you're saying it's going to fall apart.
AP uses a lot of.
You need to.
They use a lot of ultra thin movements. This is the trouble. You see. They use a lot of ultra thin.
It's a dress watch movement in a sports watch case.
We have a legend in the chat, and we have a super chat from the legend himself.
Timely behavior. Get an overseas instead. That's actually not.
Yeah, you can get a chrono for less money. Like
they are falling in price.
You get them for under 15 grand now. They're gotten really cheap.
I personally will agree with this one, but Apparently you want to experience AP, so that's fair enough.
I don't know that I want the true AP experience of being shafted and treated like garbage. So I don't know. I'm also looking at a Richard Lange, so what do I know? I have really bizarre taste.
Oh, which one? You know which one? I love the jumping seconds.
The basic, the basic three-hander.
Can we bring it up, Archibald? Can we bring it up?
Those are fucking amazing.
I know jumping seconds are cool, but to me, it's like a quartz watch. So in my brain, I'm like, I don't really like it, even though it's a complication.
The dial layout, the regulator layout, dude. That's special.
I hear you. I like the basic three-hander.
Dude, I really like that fucking watch. If there was an amazing deal on that, I'd get it. They've come down. I've seen those in the 40s.
I'll be back in 1 minute. I'll be back in 1 minute.
Back in 1 minute.
I like these a lot.
Yeah, the hands, bro. The hands on that are fucking. That's
how is this even to be compared to? I'm confused. We completely jumped into different style of watch.
Welcome to my brain. So I've allocated funds towards things that I don't need to spend money on, and they're fighting for the same funds.
Right. It's the price bracket. We're talking price brackets.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
well, then we need to talk. We need to talk about collection and how.
I do the same thing. I do the same thing. I look at all sorts of different shit. It's not. Once you're looking at like,
you have a fucking Calatrava. Why would you fucking want this?
Good point. That's
the Calatrava is a regulator, and this is a center seconds, and this is German.
Come on,
and it's German silver.
Oh my goodness.
No, I'm coming around to Lange. I had a lot of bias to the brand, but Phoenix brand and not great roots. They're kind of bad connections, but.
Why I'm open to them now is they finally opened a U.S. service center. So besides their terrible resale, I've been avoiding them because I didn't want to send it to Germany if it broke. That was like a non-starter for me.
Dude, and I hear Lange service is more expensive than Patek.
Oh, okay. So Patek's the value buy. All right.
Well, keep in mind, talking to listen. This guy Castle. He is like, if you want to call Patek fanboy, he's a fanboy amongst the fanboy. He's like a king fanboy. So always when it comes to Patek, he'll say things that are extremely biased. You have to take that into consideration.
I will say one thing Lange does better when it comes to the precious metals is, this is upfront from what I've heard at the boutique, when you send it in for service, they'll do a laser, they'll add the metal back. When they do the polishing, they'll like, they won't, like apparently Patek will only polish 5 times for the life of the watch. But with Lange, they'll add the metal back in. Like if you have a ding, they'll do like the laser, I forgot what they call it, but that's in one of their services that they do that Patek doesn't do. So that's a plus, and it kind of makes you feel safer about wearing precious metal. People are always scared to wear precious metal.
That what you're saying, is that factual or is just another myth?
No, at the boutique they told me that. They said all their precious metal they offered that service. So.
Well, that's a respectable thing. I did not know that. That's kind of cool.
It's expensive though. That's the thing. I think if you go to do that, I think you're probably looking at like a $5,000 service.
I mean, to your Patek point, I can say I've never been treated better with servicing a watch than Patek Philippe, and I was worried they were going to be stuck up there. They were the most down-to-earth, honest, and straightforward that I've ever dealt with. They were phenomenal.
Yeah, and they put all their service prices on the website, so it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, so does Vacheron. I appreciate that they do that.
You dealt with Vacheron service as well?
I haven't, but I know people that have. And if you go on Vacheron's website, they tell you exactly what it's going to cost, and it's Patek Philippe cost is reasonable. It's the same.
I got to tell you something, Jay Anthony. You know what the fuck I would do if I were you, man? Seriously, you got some great
ones. I know.
Rolex. You got a Rolex. You got a Patek.
When you go to take a skit,
in
did
gold.
you reflect on the Jay Anthony's collection?
Get one of these JLCs in gold. Look at this, man. You can have one of these.
Oh, fuck me, Dad.
I'll give you $5 grand USD for it right now.
We have a membership super chat from a gold member, guys. Gold member. Not just a member.
Madman. Member for 43 months. The circular nature of time and these streams always brings us back to Patek. That's why Patek is king.
That's it.
That's it. That's it. That's it.
Period.
That's it.
I thought it brings us back to Rolex ultimately, but okay.
And on that shocking disappointment, I guess I'm getting a Patek again.
Well,
And
I tell you,
that's not a
the
terrible
Richard
thing.
Lange is amazing. The Richard Lange is amazing.
Richard Lange is fucking amazing. Hey, Paul, pull up the fucking jumping seconds Richard Lange. I've actually considered getting this. I tried it on at the boutique.
But I've got to tell you something. I think you've already got. You want to get something more complicated, but the problem is.
That's it. Yeah.
You know what? I tell you what I would get. Seriously, I reckon one of the best bang per bucks. Now, Bear hates me for saying this. The Vacheron Day Date.
Oh yeah, the retrograde.
Yeah, these are really good value.
Oh my god.
These are good buying. You can get these for low 20s.
I think these are ugly. I think they're ugly.
Oh.
I reviewed one. I don't like them.
They're really big. They're really gorgeous. They're well made.
42 mil. 42 mil.
They're an amazing watch. I don't know what more you'd want in a watch, to be honest with you, Bear.
So much more than this fucking thing.
Arch, you should buy that instead of the fucking
If I had the
Breguet.
money, I would have done it. You know that?
Are you being a passive aggressive now, or what's the story here? Well, who pissed you off? Who pissed you off? Tell me, Archie. Tell me the truth.
No, nobody. I'm just saying these are fucking amazing.
Paul, fuck the Breguet. Fuck the Breguet. Get this. You love this. I know you love this.
I can't afford it.
I know you love it.
Get the Breguet.
It's a few grand more. Instead of $4,000, it's $8,000 more.
It's more. It's more. It's more. It's more.
No, it's not.
They're beautiful. They're
Get
beautiful.
rid of the fucking Beamer,
Oh.
dude. You're a fucking.
The brand, definitely better brand. There's no question about that. But
Do you think Breguet is not as good a brand as Vacheron?
oh god, no.
Seriously?
Yeah, seriously, no.
Yeah, I agree.
Vacheron's way better.
I think you need a sports watch in your collection. You know that?
Who?
J. Anthony does.
I got my platinum and stainless Yachtmaster. I'm good, and I have an Explorer 2 Polar.
What more do you want?
A lot.
Well, what's the collection? Tell us your collection. Can we actually hear the collection?
I can give you my top 6. I don't like letting people know what I have for obvious reasons, but I would say the watches that I most frequently wear is a 16622 platinum and stainless Yachtmaster with a platinum dial that I love to death. I don't know.
Beautiful.
I don't get why people don't like those watches. I really
Love that watch. Love that watch. Keep going.
They're thinner profile than a sub. They wear beautifully. I adore that watch. 16570 Explorer 2.
Mm-hmm.
I wear this a lot. The 18238.
Mm-hmm.
I just bought that Grand Seiko. People know about that, so that one's an obvious one. I have a 3861 Speedy, and I have on with the Sapphire Sandwich, and then I have the Patek you guys know about, and some other stuff. Maybe I'll talk about, but I don't know if I'm ready for that.
Fair enough. So Archie, now that you know basically core what he wears, what say you?
I got to tell you something. If I was him, I'd get myself a fucking sexy Breguet, man.
Type 21.
I do like the Marine. I'm not gonna lie. I have thought about a Marine a couple times.
Yeah, a Marine is
that's a cool one. That's a cool one.
very
I like
cool.
that. I like Marine too.
The problem with a Marine is I'm like, should I just put that money towards another Patek? But I do like it, and I've heard horror stories about the double-digit dates breaking, so that scares me.
Oh,
I've heard a lot about that.
Stories about what breaking? Sorry.
So a lot of the Marines have the two date disc. My JLC had the same one, and I've heard they get out of sync with each other, and it's an immediate full service required.
Oh, that's full service is not terrible.
So that's just like a non. I've been a little hesitant over that. I've heard a lot of them breaking.
Nice.
There.
Paul,
what's in your
put something in the private chat.
Thank you.
What did you ask me, J. Anthony?
You've been through everything, and you have phenomenal taste, and that's not sarcasm or flattery. That's fact. What is in your current collection?
Oh shit, there's a lot of shit. Mainly
Give me your top 6.
Top 6. Okay, top 6. I'm gonna pick top 6. Okay, so my best top 6: Aquanaut, The Meteorite Pepsi.
I saw one of those in Hong Kong for the first time. I love that watch.
I have all the Pepsis, basically. Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3. I got a lot of GMTs. I got a lot of subs. I got both Daytonas, black and white, previous issue steel.
Nice.
I got a couple of day dates. I got it's boring. It's all fucking Rolex.
What's your favorite?
My favorite Rolex?
Favorite watch in general. If you were like, the house is on fire, you get to save one watch, which one are you taking?
Meteorite Pepsi.
Good answer.
That's my grail. That was my grail, and I achieved my grail. And that's a watch I actually did not buy from my AD. They could not get it for me. So I bought that on a secondary market. So that also speaks how much that watch meant for me.
Do you ever wear it?
Oh, Doc, you and I both know why you're asking me that. And then Archie's gonna do the speech, and I'm gonna feel like shit. No, I don't. I really don't. And I should. I really should.
Yes.
But the problem is it's a mint condition. It's really in a mint condition. I cannot call it new because I didn't buy it new. And then I have this non-stop fear of, and it's a precious metal, which makes it softer. The only precious metal that I feel comfortable wearing is Oysterflex. Like I wear my white gold Daytona on Oysterflex without the fear. Because it's on Oysterflex. It's weird how that Oysterflex makes you feel comfortable wearing the watch. But if you have go ahead.
I was going to say, I think you could wear it as a dress watch, Bear, on those rare special occasions.
There was one precious metal watch that I was always wearing on those occasions. That was my solid gold Santos.
There you go.
Which I actually miss. I was asking you guys, what watch did you miss and regret selling? That's one I miss and regret selling. I lost money on it too.
Here we go. Firstly, this is the Richard Lange jumping seconds. Beautiful.
I just saw this.
Yeah.
I just saw
Are you guys,
it's
are you
beautiful.
guys familiar with this watch?
I just saw it in person about a month and a half ago. Yeah, it's beautiful.
What do you
really
think? Isn't it cool?
I know this
you
sounds
got to be kind of a watch nerd to be into this because you get the remontoire spring and the zero reset. It's very special. Basically, when this watch is running, when you pull the crown, the seconds reset to the 12 o'clock, and so you can set it. You can set it to the time you got. But the regulator dial is just not something everyone's doing. This is a really cool.
Archie, you have a super chat prior to this one from a madman. You missed that one. Chronologically, it was before Timely.
Okay, here we go.
No. The one after that. Yeah, there you go.
Madman, $10. VC Corn de Vache or 1815 chronograph or 1815 chronograph. Any
all day.
1815 chronograph, 100%.
I mean, the Corn de Vache is beautiful, but it ain't no 1815 chronograph.
The finishing and the movement architecture on the 1815 chrono, I think that's actually one of the prettiest watches of all time.
Absolutely.
It's really special.
And we got a super chat from Timely Behavior, $3. Superman for a super Beha nice grail. Superman.
Thank you very much, Timely. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, that's definitely. I mean, if you're asking me what's my favorite watch to wear lately, actually I've been wearing a lot my Aquanaut, but because again I'm very comfortable wearing it with the fact that it's a rubber strap and it's a steel Rolex, steel Patek. So I am not feeling intimidated by that watch.
Did you get it at retail from the boutique, or did you have to buy it aftermarket?
Aftermarket.
Okay. Yeah, the markup on those is crazy, but it's obviously a good investment.
I got a good deal on it, and I was able to trade a few watches toward that.
Well played. I've yet to meet one person that paid $20,000 for an Aquanaut, so.
I
who's
have not
buying it.
met one either, even though I loved the Aquanaut for a very, very long time. But when they were not hot, I could not afford them anyway. So it took some time to be able to afford it. And that's the Patek that speaks to me. So I decided to pull the trigger. The one also I enjoyed quite a bit from the Holy Trinity was my Vacheron Overseas Blue Dial
Yes.
third generation. But I sold it. Because I just cannot keep everything. Weighs a little bit larger than I like. So if I have to choose between that one and my Aquanaut, I certainly go toward my Aquanaut. And also snobbery plays into it because, let's be honest, Patek is much more prestigious brand-wise than Vacheron.
No, I appreciate you being honest. I understand.
P Cars, $10. Super sticker, $9.99. P Cars, thank you so much for your support. Bear, I've got to tell you something. I think the thing is, Jay Anthony, you got to buy what you love. If you really like that AP, don't let me scare you off. 18,000 is cheap. If anyone can afford to own it, it's you. I would
That's a
certainly
new
say to
avatar,
you,
by the way. New
just
avatar for P cars. What are we looking at? That it's a new avatar.
it's
Obviously,
the
something to do with Porsche.
Porsche
Like,
wheel. Porsche
It's a
wheel.
knockoff wheel. Need a special wrench to get it off.
I
No
got to tell
kidding.
you, Jay Anthony, just I'm not saying you don't buy it because it is a beautiful. The APs are the Roos. I actually always wanted to own a Roo myself. I wouldn't say no. Just ring up AP and say, what is? I've got an AP Safari. What does it cost to service? Boom. And then
Fair.
I would say to the person who owns it, hey, I've got to have a service. If it turns out, just see if you can get some leverage. If it's very expensive,
Yeah,
I
that's
would.
good advice.
That's what I would be looking at. They're not terrible, but they are delicate. They're delicate. I mean, this is life. Life is
By the
sometimes
way,
you're going to
that's a Carrera GT center lock.
Oh, that's right. They're different colors on the left versus the right side, so we should be able to tell what side of the car this is.
And there is a super chat from P Cars as well.
P Cars member for 19 months. Great stream, guys. Happy Saturday. Bear, we might be wrapping this baby up soon.
Why?
I got to tell. We
Why?
can keep it going for as long as you like, Bear. There's no problems.
No,
It's
I'm
going
asking why. You're not having
No.
fun? You're not
No,
getting money?
no, it's great show. It's a great
You have
show.
a
We're having
fucking greatest panelist in the world, and you want to wrap it up. You got Kessler, you got Jay Anthony, you got Doc BBW. You're kidding me?
I don't want to wear them out, Bear. They get a bit
And Bear Clooney.
And Bear Clooney.
I'm just saying. I mean, it's up to you and everyone on the
it's okay.
panel,
We
but
can-
don't force it.
No, that's
We
okay.
still have 120 viewers.
Yep. No. I certainly agree with you there. The show has been very good there. I want to thank everybody. Let's go and thank them, people. Then we'll keep talking. Okay. I think that's the best way.
Sure.
Starred. We got Billie Jean, PhD, Red Hot 100, Bear Clooney Watches, JD, WC90, GB, Watch Chat, Ant G, Rich Mitch, Uzi Metal Cock, WC90, GB, Frank the Tank, JD Montreal, WC90, ASB 88, McLovin, Frank the Tank, Caruso IT, Sean Snowden, Frank the Tank, Rich Mitch, Uzi Metalcock, Ministry of Defense, Frank the Tank, Ministry of Defense, Thomas Burnett, Sean Snowden, The Rancher, Timely Behavior, Madman, Timely Behavior, P Cars, and P Cars.
Paul, don't forget, I got to talk to you in private, either backstage or
yes,
call
no
you on
worries.
WhatsApp.
Tell me. I got to be honest with you. I seriously don't think it'd be a bad thing. That 3-piece is so cool, but it's a lot of money. You know what I mean? You just gotta work it out yourself. None of this
100%.
stuff is important. You know what I mean?
Yep, that's true.
None of this stuff. I mean, you've got fucking who would have a perpetual? I don't know if I'd ever achieve a perpetual in my. Look, I'm happy with the world time. I'll be honest with you. The world time that's another great watch. That's to me, that's a lot of money. A lot
What
of
is
money.
more Patek, perpetual or world time?
Perpetual.
But why? Because they were first.
World time is right up there with it. Yeah, they were first. They were first to do both.
So why wouldn't he immediately jump to perpetual? Why that makes it more Patek than world time?
No, the world times are really good value. They're beautiful watches. Look, it's a different function. I think the world time is not as complicated as a perpetual.
Okay.
If you sold off your entire collection, you could buy a Patek 5327. That could be your exit watch. We could solve the whole problem here.
I think the problem is they're kind of. I kind of think they're a bit delicate to wear every day. Because they do.
No, no, I disagree. Terry Stern wore his every day.
Philippe Stern, he wore his 39.
Sorry, Philippe Stern, the 3940. That's exactly Philippe Stern.
Look, I think they are beautiful watches, but look, for me, my everyday, I love my bluesy. I think that's a great one and done watch. I love bluesies. But that's not to say that is the only.
So that 5327, the Grand Complications. What's the price on that fucker?
They're about the same as the 5320. They're like high 50s, low 60s.
Yeah.
That's US dollars.
Archie,
that's the one with the Breguet numerals and the same 240 movement.
Oh, yes.
The blue dial.
When you said Breguet numerals, I am exactly. Blue dial. Archie,
it's like the 3940, 5140, the same three sub-dial layout, but they added it's bigger, 39 mils, and they added the Breguet numerals.
Archie, this is fucking amazing watch.
I considered that one. It's a little more classic design to the 5320, but a little busy. I prefer the aperture gate windows.
I agree with you there. They're beautiful watches. I gotta be honest with you, Bear. These things are so fucking gorgeous. Doesn't matter. You know what I mean? You just gotta love what you love.
Aesthetically, I prefer 5320. That's my taste. I find 5320 to be less. How would I explain? Less old man, less classic, a little more universal daily, a little more sporty. I don't know if you understand what I mean. 5320 is a watch that I would feel I would enjoy wearing it.
Yes, Tan has one, Bear.
Right, and it's a steel as well, right?
No, it's white gold.
White gold. Okay, I like the white gold. I like white metal. I do love white metal for sure.
What about a 5059? It would mix your love of Breguet and Patek and perpetual. It looks more to me like a Breguet than a Patek. 5059, 35K US.
That's the retrograde, right?
Bring it up, Archie. Let's take a look.
That's with the Ace of Spades hand. I know the one you're talking about.
I think we found his exit. Let's see if we solved the problem.
It's got the spade hand.
Not this patrimony crap. 5059 J.
I don't like the layout on that one personally.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah, they're a bit old-fashioned. They're officers' sort of watch look, aren't they?
Yeah, but you like Breguet. What's a Breguet?
Yeah, it looks okay, but this sort of looks a bit over the top.
Does it?
Yeah.
What about a 5039? That's a little bit more.
This is definitely old man luck. This is what you're talking about, Bear.
Yeah, I'm not fan of this. Not fan of this. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
has
find
one, a 5039. It's got the hobnail bezel.
Well, that's a big positive, but nevertheless, it's still.
These are small as well. These are small as well. These are small. Kesselowitz wants modern. He's modern.
This isn't for Kessler. This is for you. I'm trying to get your perpetual.
He's picking it for you.
But a cheap perpetual is not a perpetual you want to have. I think you.
Yeah, but Archie,
I'll be honest with you. I'm very happy with my world time. Why? I'm not saying anything against it.
You need a calendar watch, Paul. You need a calendar watch.
Look, we'll see what happens. I got enough. You know.
Until the next stream, you have enough. I understand.
Until the next Breguet.
So Archie, let's try to use the value of your collection to downsize it to 3 pieces. So you can combine pieces however you like. You can keep whatever you like, but you are allowed to only have 3 pieces at the end.
I think world time, that new Breguet, and the bluesy.
You didn't really follow what I asked, but okay, fair enough. What I'm saying is you utilize the value of your collection to have 3 pieces. You can keep 1 from your collection.
Sure, I see what you're saying there. The big problem is it's so hard to get out of stuff.
What's the value of your total collection?
You know what? Prices are fucking. They're not.
Pull up the spreadsheet, Paul. Share the spreadsheet with us.
It's probably 110,000 at the moment, Bear.
All right, you have 100.
Australian.
Okay, you have 130K to work with. Let's put a collection for 130,000.
Yeah.
Australian.
Yeah.
5270 and you're done.
Well, Kessler, I said 3 pieces, for fuck's sake, can anyone follow instructions?
I tell you,
I hear that number.
100 US. Let's put a collection of 3 pieces for Archie.
You know what? I would seriously say for 100 US, Bear.
Let's do it, Archie.
I'd keep the world time.
All right, so that's taking how much?
30.
All right, now we have 70,000 left to play with for 2 watches.
Maybe not that much, Bear. But
you're getting a perpetual with that money.
Yep. You know what's funny about that 100K number? If I do that 3-piece I just showed you, the 5935, the 5320, and the Explorer, that'll be like 110.
See? Very, very good collection for 110. 3 pieces. I see no fucking Breguet shitters, JLC shitters, fucking open, fucking hillbilly tourbillon shitters. I see none of it.
And we'll trade in the BMW, and we'll get you a Jetta like Bear, and we'll free up the extra 10K to make the collection work.
Right.
Except that I'm upside down. I'm upside down on that car, to be honest with you.
I gotcha.
I tell you what I would get. Seriously, I'd like to get a solid gold sub again. Solid gold sub, world time.
Which one? Which version? Give us, when you say solid gold
ceramic.
sub.
Any ceramic 40
millimeter, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, 40 mil.
Do you want a black or bluesy? Black or blue?
Blue.
Okay.
Blue. That's easier to get. And I think also, Bear, keep the JLC. Because I'm keeping that till I die anyhow, Bear. It's non-sellable, you know.
How did he fucking convince you to pick up that watch? I have no. Well, how did that watch end up with you? Please tell us, Archie.
Look, it's just how it is, Bear. You know, sometimes you make this.
Beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, man. To be honest with you, okay. So how much are you in for that JLC? How much money is into that watch?
16, Bear.
16 Aussie.
Yeah. What's that? 10 and a half US. Actually, probably 11 US, Bear. 11 US.
I don't know.
It's not terrible.
What was the appeal? Solid gold? Is that what got you?
Yeah, solid gold, Bear.
Right. Fair enough. I can understand that. That's how I felt when I was looking at the solid gold PAM. I mean, yeah, it feels good when you are buying a chunky monkey that's in solid gold.
Yeah.
Have you ever owned a platinum watch, Paul?
No, never had platinum. Never had platinum. Have you had platinum?
No, but I've held it, and it's a hell of a difference.
Oh, platinum feels amazing. I've fucking held a few of them.
It feels like twice the weight, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Very heavy, yeah.
Amazing
you like that
stuff.
or you don't like that?
Platinum?
I've never lived with it.
Good
But it feels
answer.
substantial. That's what makes me like the 5230p, though, is that weight. You know, when you hold it, it's like, holy shit, this is something different.
Right.
It's
When you get to the thin dress watches, though, it doesn't make much difference. You know, they're so light to begin with.
it's a terrible bet. I got to tell you something. Really, platinum is incredible. I liked OC's platinum day date. That was incredible.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I have the same one, but I can understand that you appreciate OCs more than mine.
Yes. Yes. It's I got to tell you, also Gary the Gangster had that platinum day date too.
That's correct. That's correct. But somehow OC stands out in your mind. I don't know how did he manage to impress you so much.
Yeah, no, he's cool. He's cool.
Of course he's cool. And we both love the new version of the Platinum Day Date much better.
Mm-hmm.
OC and I do.
Yes.
Because it is fantastic to have a Platinum Day Date with a fluted bezel. That is fucking amazing. The fact that they managed to produce that fluted bezel in a solid platinum is remarkable.
Yes.
Paul, good stream today. You had some energy. I think you're back.
He did good.
You are back, baby.
Hey, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
What's the secret, Paul? How come you're doing good streams lately? What's the...
We just try our best. That's all we can do, man. You can only ever try your best. We got Jay Anthony. I got a great team. Jay Anthony, Kesslowitz, Bear, Doc. What more do you want?
No, I'm missing Mike the Snake, to be honest with you. That's
He's
what's
coming back,
missing.
he told me.
Okay.
It is what it is. It is what it is, guys. Guys! Keep loving your watches. Buy what you like, Jay Anthony. I'm not saying don't buy the AP because they are amazing bang. I mean, if you're going to buy it, amazing bang per buck. Just do the research on what a
Can
service
I ask
costs.
you a question, Jay Anthony? Do you ever actually buy the watch and then you come on the stream and ask, should you buy? I mean, is that something you would ever do?
No, I tend to be very anxious and research everything 5 billion times before I do it, unless it's a ridiculously good deal.
I know the guy who basically buys the shitter, then he comes on a stream and asks everyone, should he buy it? Everyone tells him he shouldn't. Yet,
Who would it be?
Can you guess?
Yeah, I can.
There you go. Hey, big boy.
Yes, sir. That's the way it goes, guys. Shitters. I enjoy the shitters, Bear. You got to enjoy
Especially
your
gold
own.
shitters. Fuck, you love the gold shitters.
I love them. Gold is a shit. Gold can't be shitter.
When was the last time you wore your hillbilly tourbillon Zenith watch?
I've had that in the safe. I've had that
Open heart.
I had that in the
Safe deposit box, right? You have it at the safe deposit box at the bank, right?
Yes,
Okay.
Nobody's going to steal that fucking thing.
That's why I don't.
Would you consider just getting the Breguet, the newest Breguet Type 20 in gold after the price comes down a little bit?
He loves that watch. He loves that watch.
But I mean, it's a nicer looking one to me than the one he's thinking about.
I think Tan talked to president, the Breguet president in U.S. about Archie's appreciation for that watch. Bring up that watch, Archie. Show us that Breguet that you love.
The one I'm thinking about getting.
No.
The
Not the
Type
one
20 in gold.
Type 20 in gold. The one you always admire when you see it. Type 20 in gold.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
With the ceramic bezel.
Yeah.
Gorgeous, man.
I mean, that actually does look nice. Not
Oh
saying
fuck,
that
that's a gorgeous watch.
the other one that you're thinking of. I'm not saying that doesn't look nice. Well, kind of saying it, but anyway, this one, most people would say looks nice.
And as Timely says, there is no wait list.
And since it's a Type 20, when you decide you're tired of it, you would be able to flip it because it's a Type 20. I mean, more easily.
Yeah, most.
No, these are super. No coin edging, but look at that. And it's got that date.
I'm saying wait for the prices to come down. You know, don't get it right away. Wait for the prices to come down.
Yeah.
Plan ahead, and get this one instead of the other one that you're looking at.
I want bargains, Doc. I like the traditional.
Does it bother you that it doesn't have a coin edging? Actually, I wanted to ask you that.
Yeah, that's a deal breaker, Bear.
And Timely is right. People want Type 20 more than 21. That is the fact. There is the 20 is always more popular than 21 for sure.
Right. Absolutely.
Do you have a Type 20? No, you have the Breitling Type 20.
I have a
right?
Breitling Type 20. Yeah, I have a Breitling Type 20.
I had that too. I had that Breitling Type 20. I had the Breguet Type 20, and honestly, I like the Breguet Type 20 better.
Because it said Breguet?
Because it's design. I love the coin edge. I love the way it looks. It's just a fucking cool looking watch, man. Honestly, aesthetically, I'm not actually trolling you now, Doc. I like that that Breitling as well. If I'm talking strictly at aesthetics, the Type 20 is just a beautiful watch. The Breguet Type 20, beautiful watch. The only thing I regretted never having it on a bracelet, because the bracelet looks so cool to me. I seen when Archie actually bought it on a bracelet. It was fantastic. Now, mind you, he had some headaches with the links, but nevertheless, it was actually the bracelet on that watch looks high end, man.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, that's true, Mikey Casio. He deals pretty much with one person, so he fully depends on that type of transactions. Archie's just taking an easy path on buying and selling watches. You have a new super chat from Lost in Luzerne.
Lost in Luzerne, $5. Bear, what's your thoughts on the yellow gold Yachtmaster 42 on Oyster Flex?
I love it. I love the Yacht Masters on the Oyster Flex. I would say that I would take that one over the rose gold in a smaller size because it's a much smaller than this one. It's a perfect size. Oyster Flex watches are easy to wear, much more than the precious metal bracelets. So I am fan. I personally prefer the white gold over that one, but that doesn't mean that yellow gold is not something I would like to own. Just me, I prefer white metals when it comes to that type of watch. It does pop really well, Timely. You're absolutely right. With the black oyster flex and yellow gold, it's a quite attractive. There's obvious reason why Pikachu and similar watches like that, the Daytona in the oyster flex is so popular. People love that contrast of the gold, yellow gold, and black. Your first sports watch? Wow, man, that's impressive for a first sports watch. Definitely a fantastic choice. Um, I think that you can get these on a secondary market under the retail. Being that you're in Canada, if you want me to assist you in this, to help you connect you with a trustworthy dealer that Tan and I deal with, you can contact me on my Instagram, Bear Clooney Watches, and I'll put you in touch with a person that can assist you in getting that watch. I would not buy that retail.
Wow. Interesting point, Bear. You've got to be so careful when you buy gold retail, Bear. You can really do your ass.
Lately, the gold in Rolex is not doing well. on the secondary market, so it's quite advisable to look into secondary market when you're looking to buy precious metal Rolex.
Yes.
Or make sure you angle it with your AD. The problem is that ADs perceive selling you any Rolex as a favor, and trust me, it's not.
They're
My
not doing
pleasure.
you favors anymore, Bear. It's those days are gone, Bear.
Which days, Archibald?
When you could buy gold and get your money back. Those days are gone for many of those pieces now.
Well, yeah, you're right. Absolutely, Archie. That's for most of the precious metal pieces now.
Especially Omega is a disaster. They've put their prices up, and they're
Omega, they put their
roof.
prices. They put their prices so high that getting a 25% discount on Omega is now actually not worth buying it still because it's so soft on the secondary market. When you can get 25% off on a watch from retail and you're still hesitant to buy it, you can imagine how fucked up their retail pricing is. If you get 35% off on a solid gold Omega Speedy, you're gonna lose serious money. 35 off, you're losing money, and the dealer cannot give you more than 37% off because that's their cost.
Yes, fair point, Bear.
They fucked it up with their retail prices, man, big time. They really fucked it up. Yeah, they're timely. You're absolutely right. They're trying to make it more exclusive. But not realizing, and they will eventually, they're actually pushing away clientele. I mean, I don't even go and look at the fucking Omega when I go to my AD anymore. It's just it's not a brand. It's not a brand that I see that I can do something with. I lose way too much.
And they're kind of smoking a little bit to think everything's like a 3-2-1.
Exactly, Doc. Exactly.
Guys, I love you all. I gotta run.
That's the life, Bear. It's
thank you, Kessler. Hey, Kessler, thank you
Kessler.
so much. That was fantastic start of the show today. I love how you did some prep work, put some great topic on the screen. Man, I appreciate that. It was a great show, man.
Yeah, a little collage, a little shopping.
Good job, man.
Thank you. Yeah, good fun. Yeah, good talk, guys. We'll chat soon. Paul, I'll give you a call later.
Hey,
Take it
no
easy,
worries,
Kessler.
man.
Take care.
Okay, guys, that's the show for today. I want to say a big thank you to everyone who came on. Bear, thanks so much, man.
Oh, it was an enjoyable show today, man. I really loved it. Talking with these guys is fun. Jay
Doc,
Anthony,
thank
Doc,
you for coming on. And
Kessler.
we'll be back tomorrow.
So what's I'm not going to be on tomorrow, most likely because it's a Detroit Lions Day, baby. So when Lions are involved, everything else stops. Archie.
Priorities, Bear. Get your priorities right. That's it.
Exactly, brother. So that's the way I see it, boys.
What's the record looking like right now?
7-1.
There you go. That's pretty awesome.
That's fucking best, man. And tomorrow we're playing Houston Texans. So it's a very good team. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a fantastic game.
Outstanding.
Yeah, man.
Good luck on that, Bear. And we
Thank
will
you.
see you tomorrow.
Did you already thank everybody?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, he did already. Thank you, guys. Don't forget to upload. And thank you so much for a great chat, for a lot of support from the chat room, and for all the people who came up with the great questions, great topics. It was just fantastic to see a show come together so well.
Do you know that you're 7 minutes away from a 4-hour stream?
And you didn't feel bad, right, Archie?
No, it felt great.
So what do you plan to use to close the show?
I'm just going to run the standard intro, Bear.
You're not
I'd like to see that. I'd like to see the standard intro but the full length intro, I know that's
Sure.
tough to do, but but one of these days,
done.
I think
It's done.
Oh, it's
there we
that
go.
easy.